No, the other video, it was copyright claimed. I did not get a strike. If I got a strike, you wouldn't be able to see this. Wasn't even by like Time Warner or CNN. It had to be a copyright troll. The company that copyrighted the video, which is being I trimmed out the clips. It's being processed right now. I could fight it, but it'll go back up with it's like a minute and a half of a 3 hour stream total that needs to be cut out. It's probably a copyright troll. Could be someone who was pissed off at the video. So no, it wasn't stricken down. It says contains copyrighted material, and I was like, oh, I bet you CNN. No, it was we don't know. It may look. I had one time. I had and I'll put my face on in a second. I had Max Payne 3 footage and some company from the Middle East who had nothing. I was pissed off at this too. Had nothing to do with Rockstar Games. Nothing. Claim the video because people do that. They'll copyright troll just so they make ad revenue off someone else's video. That video, the previous video has over 100,000 views. Jackra, piss off. You're the last person I want to hear politics from. So you don't have to be here. Am I forcing your hand to be in the stream? But Max Payne 3, yeah, and I wrote him back. I refuted the claim, and I was like, "You have nothing to do with Rockstar Games. I'll be more than happy to take this to court if you want to. Literally, my opinion is wrong. I don't care that you think my opinion is wrong. So don't be here." So it was like minutes later they took off the clips. They could have gotten in trouble. But you can't put a false copyright claim. It was not Rockstar. The company had nothing negative to do with Rockstar. Negative to do with Rockstar. Anyway. I am turning on the camera. But part of me wants to, the only place I know that won't copyright claim me, whether it actually be them or some troll, is if I have like the Young Turks on. And they're the only one doing shit live, right? If I try MSNBC, there's going to be a claim. If I try CNN, there's going to be a claim. If I try Fox, there's going to be a claim. Like, I don't know. But I know people are going to be cuck, TYT, cuck, TYT, TYT, cuck, cuck, TYT. You're a cuck, everyone's a cuck, we're all cucks. Yeah, your opinion is an opinion. So, oh wow, we're already at a slow mode moment here. Let's see how many more, if I could lose. I've lost 1,000 subscribers today, I think. We could, let's see if we could make that too. Look, here's the thing I'll say too, as you're just hearing my voice still, review just my voice USA. Now, I know last year I brought politics back for like 2 videos, 2. But then I listened, didn't bring them back. And I've stuck to that. But if you honestly think that was something as insane and dangerous as this, you can't look, and I condemn those riots too, but you cannot compare the riots that happened after George Floyd with this. They weren't trying to take over the Capitol. They weren't trying to take over the Capitol. They weren't trying to undermine our elections. It's not even on the same level. And I condemn those too. Could you imagine on the flip side too, like I said, if it was BLM that broke in to our nation's capital, broke windows, would the cops be taking selfies with them? Let's see how that would play out. No, I don't want to see how that would play out, actually. Let me use my words better. Like, if you want me, look, hey, if it bothers you because you want an escape, you see the title of the video or the stream. If you want an escape from it, there's plenty of channels offering that escape. And generally, I'm that escape too. Especially if you live in the States, you should not want to escape from this. There would be people shot if it was BLM, without a doubt. All right, so here we go. Now I'm afraid to play. And again, that video, I didn't receive a community strike. It was just taken down because copyright trolls love copyrights. Make sure. Oh yeah, all my porn is gone. I wasn't watching porn, I assure you. The last thing I'm in today. Look at Sean Idea roll his eyes. And again, listen, I watch the Young Turks. I actually watch Kyle Kalinske more. But the only reason I have them on, and I'll put them on lightly in the background, is I know they won't copyright claim my video. I think, anyway. Sync separate. Corporatists I agree with, man, yeah. Black Dynamite, please. Keep up the good work, Rich. Don't give in to the trolls. Today is history. Yeah, not in a good way. On a positive, Ossoff and Warnock won Georgia, so now we have the Senate. We have Democrats. But see, here's the thing, though. Their policies, their policies are the most important. I don't care if it's a fucking D. I don't care if it's blue. What are their policies? PBS News? That would be good. That would more neutral. Are they live right now? Senate Republicans. Really? Chaos at the Capitol. All right, let's go to this one. Hopefully, now let's see. All right, let me make sure this is open still. Just about to go. It's time to put in that two notice. Be the voice of the people. Appreciate what you're doing. What's correct instead of ignoring stuff on a positive note. Also, if I heard that today is history, not in a good way. If fraud was real, why would Trump back off so easily? This is a death cult. Get out while you can. Also, if a Warlock believes in 15 an hour affordable health care and proper COVID relief, which is good. Just another symptom of the lockdown. Idle hands are the devil's workshop and people are seeking purpose. Yeah, that's true too. Rich, they should focus on attacking the corporations that are pulling the damn strings and not Capitol Hill. That is true too. What a mess. What an absolute mess. There's no sound. I don't know, man. I'm kind of afraid. No. I know. There's no audio? Sorry, here we go.
To confirm Joe Biden to be the next president. Instead, President Trump spoke to protesters for more than an hour. He repeated false claims that he won the election.
If the right did this to CNN HQ, Donald Trump would still be president. I'm not even sure what the Timothy Shores, thank you.
Moments later, a mob supported
This
and
is
encouraged
insane,
by
man.
President Trump stormed the Capitol. They overran Capitol
And they definitely
Police.
were. Who
Violence
became
ensued. Shots were fired, and at
Eric
least one
Referral? Thank you for coming.
report that at least one woman was killed.
Well, it's an unprecedented thing going on right now, man.
Tragedy. Our Lisa Desjardins has been there at the
I had the dark theme on. I forgot to switch it.
Is at the White House, and I come to the two of you.
Stop this, Rich. I don't want you to lose. Dude, it's going to happen. I don't care. I don't. It is what it is. If me doing this for one day makes you unsub, then unsub.
Thinking you were going to cover, as I've just mentioned,
it had a copyright claim on it. It's being fixed as we speak. YouTube's automated editing system, I told them to trim the clips out. It's like 2 minutes total. Like, yeah, just trim it out. Who gives a shit? And it was like some Albanian company. Literally, it's I looked them up. They were from Albania.
We have just been,
so I have no idea. Hey Coco, a new member. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
Senate Homeland Security Chairman currently. He is an objector. He just told reporters here at the Capitol who passed on along their notes to me that obviously his...
Of course the stock market is tanking. There's unrest everywhere. It's not stable.
Clearly, at least some objectors are thinking of removing their objections. And I think
you know what I'm saying?
Is the U.S. Senate. That's one reason that we were going to see 3 states versus 6. Senators were less embracing of sort of a full throttle.
And we have a Coco as a new member. I already answered that. Thank you.
See if senators object to any states at all. It seems like
I'll lose more. I'll lose more than 2,000 subs. I knew that. I knew that doing this.
Especially for myself personally, you may have noticed.
All I can say is I hope you reach 1 million one day and you don't let any of the bad in the world get to you. Hope you have a good 21. Thank you, man.
Radio TV gallery.
I knew going into this today. I'm surprised it was only 2,000 subs.
That is a very positive sign. Capitol Police feels the building is secure enough for some of us to be here and work here. However, my understanding from what
the man with an ass is here.
Only basis.
Scottish guy here. I love America, but man, you guys really need to sort yourselves. You think?
But it is a very positive
never unsubbing from you, man. You're my favorite. This is enough to chug a seltzer. Absolutely. Intro guy is here, so I'll have one earphone on. He's my other news correspondent with better nipples than me.
All walking with your camera all over the U.S. Capitol to the underground tunnel that leads from the
So the expansion pack for 2020 is starting out well. Yeah, kicking a bucket for the seltzer. Even Newsmax is denounced. Wow, that's saying something. Newsmax. That was like Trump's last beacon of hope was Newsmax. Yeah. You know if Newsmax is saying fuck off.
Or we're not sure yet.
Let me be clear, we're not.
You hear about the new COVID strain from South Africa? Vaccine doesn't work with it.
Seem to be reconsidering their plan. We don't know.
No, stop.
Does that mean they will object to fewer states?
Agree with everything you're saying, Rich. I can't believe this is happening. Could you look that up about that COVID strain in South Africa?
Yeah, in a minute. So we're talking about
what's Sexy Coco's take on all this? I don't know, man. He's just flexing in front of his PS5. I actually like when you do something different. And it's not like I'm going to become review politics. Like, look, I dabbled in it a little bit.
One of them, Ron Johnson, who is one of the
I dabbled in it a little bit.
Unapologetic.
And
the objection movement is now
I stepped off, and I just stuck to tech since then.
What has happened?
Because I used to do a lot more political stuff, like 2013, 2014, 2015, even 2016. And then I stopped for a few years, and I was like, the primaries are coming up. Let me talk. Oh no.
Alcindor at the White House. Yamish, the president had an active
apparently that's true.
hour or more speaking to his supporters, and everything fell apart after that. They marched to the Capitol. They assaulted the Capitol.
South Africa?
People were hurt. A woman was killed. Where do things stand tonight?
Judy,
Jesus Christ, it's over.
In some ways,
we're fucked.
In a troubling way, President Trump remains defiant, remains wedded to the idea that he is the rightful winner of the 2020
This is,
election.
oh my God.
Just talking to
Platinum Laser, thank you. The South Africa variant is very concerning right now, but it does appear that it may obviate some of your... Because it does appear that it may obviate some of our medical countermeasures, particularly the antibody drugs.
to
The South
say that
African
he's
variant
not
is known
aware
as
of this election, and as a result, there are some people who feel
501v2,
like the
and in
president
December,
simply just
officials
lost his
reported
way.
that
There are
501v2
people
had been
telling me that
largely
the president
replacing other
has
strains of
often
the
walked up to the
coronavirus as
line,
early as
but then
November.
walked back right after, walked up to not wanting
Like
to
the
announce when to have
1800s.
and then at some point being able to denounce.
Yes,
them.
I saw
Now
the picture of the
president is,
protester in the
I'm
speaker's
told,
chair. Thank you,
confused
Platinum
because he
Laser, for
doesn't
becoming a
want to
member.
denounce these people too forcefully.
And thank you,
because they are,
Banshee.
in fact, these violent protesters as they breach security. And
Oliver,
in
that's
some
not a bad
cases
idea.
arrested. They are doing what
More
the
than
president told
17
them
million
to
has
do.
been
He stood
distributed,
in
but
front
only
of
4 have
hundreds of
received the
people
first
today and
shot,
said,
according to
"Fight
the
and march to the Capitol." And that's
Dr.
exactly
Scott
what those
Gottlieb
people
warned
did.
that vaccinating
The
Americans
president
against
now is in
COVID
a
is more
situation
critical than
where
ever,
he
especially
wants
as
to
the
be
new
able to
South
denounce the
Africa
violence. He
variant
wants to
appears
make
to
sure that the Capitol
inhibit
isn't
antibody
run over
drugs.
entirely, but he also
The
wants
South
to keep
Africa
these same
variant,
people
so it seems
as
that
his
the
supporters.
the
The
vaccine
thing that also is
works.
happening tonight is that you're seeing the
But-
tensions that are happening.
Yamiche, I'm going to interrupt you. Yamiche,
Hold
I'm
on.
going to interrupt you because we have Vice President Pence sitting in the seat at the U.S. Senate. Let's listen to him.
All right, I'll turn this up.
Who defended our capital today. And we will always be grateful to the men and women who stayed at their posts to defend this historic place. To those who wreaked havoc in our capital today, you did not win. Violence never wins. Freedom wins. And this is still the people's house. And as we reconvene in this chamber, the world will again witness the resilience and strength of our democracy. For even in the wake of unprecedented violence and vandalism at this Capitol, the elected representatives of the people of the United States have assembled again on the very same day to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. So may God bless the lost,
Thank you, Isaac.
the injured, and the heroes forged on this day.
Well, it doesn't seem
God bless
that
all
it circumvents
who serve
the
here.
vaccine, but antibody
those who
treatments
protect
don't work
this
well
place.
against it.
And may God bless the United States of America. Let's get back to work.
He is going to distance himself like 1,000 fucking miles from Trump after this.
Mr. President,
The Majority Leader.
I ask unanimous consent the Majority Leader and the Democratic Leader be allowed to speak, that the time not count against 2 hours of debate in relation to the objection raised on the state of Arizona.
Is there objection? Without objection, so ordered.
I want to say to the American people, the United States Senate will not be intimidated. We will not be kept out of this chamber by thugs, mobs,
Platinum Laser, I see you.
or threats. We will not bow to lawlessness or intimidation. We are back at our posts. We will discharge our duty under the Constitution and for our nation. And we're going to do it tonight. This afternoon, Congress began the process of honoring the will of the
Oh,
American
I'm sure.
people
Give it a hoot. I'm
and
sure.
counting the Electoral College votes. We've fulfilled this solemn duty every 4 years for more than 2 centuries. Whether our nation's been at war or at peace, under all manner of threats, even during an ongoing armed rebellion and the Civil War, the clockwork
Yeah, MAGA, don't argue.
democracy
Just send dear leader lots of
has
money.
carried on. The United States and the United States Congress have faced down much greater threats than the unhinged crowd we saw today.
I have plenty of issues with Mike Pence, but he is
We've never
handling
been
this the way he
deterred
should be.
before,
I mean,
and
kind of
we'll be
weird
not
giving someone
deterred
accolades for
today.
doing what they're supposed to be doing.
They tried
You know
to
what I mean?
disrupt
Yeah,
our
yeah,
democracy.
you're right.
It's like thank you for wiping your ass after taking a shit. Like, well,
They failed
you're supposed to.
obstruct the Congress.
you're
This
supposed to
failed
wipe your ass after
insurrection
taking a
only
shit. Actually, I'll put it over
underscores
here
how
in the center of
crucial
this. Yeah.
the task before us is for our republic.
It's just unviewable. It wasn't stricken
Our
down.
nation was founded
Right
precisely
now, I have
so
YouTube
that the
doing
free
auto
choice
trimming so it could go
of the
back
American
up.
people is what
It's a
shapes
weird
our
Albanian company. I
self-government
looked it up that claimed the
and
video.
determines the destiny
Could be a
of our
copyright
nation.
troll.
Not fear,
Someone pissed off.
not force,
Yeah, exactly, Camelot.
peaceful expression.
Wow, congratulations
Of
on
the
doing the bare
popular
minimum. You know what I mean? Like,
Now, we assemble this afternoon to count our citizens' votes and to formalize their choice of the next president.
it's like me getting
Now we're going to finish
an
exactly
Academy
what we
Award
started.
for turning on the light switch in a film
We'll
studio.
complete the process the right way.
So it's just unviewable for
book.
now. It's temporary.
We'll follow our
Who knows?
precedents, our
Dude, this is why whenever you live stream
and
copyrighted
our
stuff,
Constitution.
because our copyright
left.
system is so broken,
And
which seems
we
like
will
a small thing in the grand
certify
scheme of things right now.
The winner of the 2020 presidential
Anyone can copyright claim
election.
anything. So it is
Criminal
what it is.
behavior will never dominate the United States Congress. This institution is resilient. Our democratic republic is strong.
We managed to
The American
avoid drowning,
people
not by much though.
Deserve nothing less.
We almost today. Look, and everyone always brings up to me, but BLM, but Antifa. Like, first off, I never condoned, ever, I condemned any kind of violence.
Mr. President.
And you can't,
Mr. President,
as much as
it
it's
is very,
wrong and
very
horrible to
difficult
break into stores and
put
to
into
bust up
words
people's
what has
cars and to
transpired
riot,
today.
absolutely.
I have never lived
They tried to
through
undermine
or
our
even
democratic
imagined
process. They tried today to turn us into a banana
the one
republic. If you don't see
we
the
have just
difference,
witnessed
you're
in this
stupid.
Capitol.
You're not bright.
President Franklin Roosevelt
And if you
set aside
unsub to my
December
channel,
7th,
Antifa,
1941,
BLM, fuck
as a day that will
off.
live
Goodbye.
in
See you
infamy.
later. Get the fuck
Unfortunately,
out.
We can now add January 6th,
Go away.
2021,
Because you're not smart.
to that very short list of dates in American history that will
That's a
live
good rant.
forever.
Did I?
in
I didn't come
This
across too
temple
harsh,
to
did I?
democracy
I'm sorry.
Was desecrated.
Did I tell you to fuck
Its
off? Yeah,
windows
fuck off.
smashed, our offices vandalized. The world saw Americans' elected officials hurriedly ushered out.
And this isn't over. It doesn't matter. They're going to
Because they were
certify
harmed
Biden.
way.
Of course, they're going to certify. I knew this
Houses
wasn't going to
and
stop that.
floors
But
were
there is
places
going
of
to be a
shelter
rift in
until
this
the
country.
evacuation was
That's
ordered.
what you can. I don't care how
Leaving
conservative
rioters
or how
stalk
progressive
our
you are.
homes.
If you're to the point to regressive, which trust me,
Lawmakers and our
I hate that
staffs,
camp too.
average citizens who love their country, serve it every day.
This is
feared
a
for their
wound
lives.
that's going to take at
I
least a
understand that
decade to
one woman
heal.
was shot and tragically lost her life.
I've lost personal
mourn her
friends because
and feel for her
they did
friends and
they
family.
after I've lost family members who died of
These
COVID
images were projected
because
to the
they
world.
felt like it wasn't a big deal.
Foreign embassies
It's-
cabled home their capital, their home
The
capitals
division
to
is
report
so huge
the
right
harrowing
now.
scenes at
It's
the
not
very
just, oh,
heart
look, Biden's
of our
president. That's it.
democracy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to clap in your ear.
This will
Okay.
be a stain on our country.
A republic if you can
not
keep
so
it.
easily
It's
washed
true.
away. The final, terrible.
Well, if they did, they all would have been
indelible
shot
legacy
dead.
Of the 45th president of the United States.
You can't tell me.
undoubtedly are worse.
You could say, okay, you could say I'm a
wanna be very
leftist and a
clear.
cuck, but there were
Those who
cops
perform these
taking
reprehensible
pictures
acts cannot be
with
called protesters.
rioters that broke into the Capitol building.
No.
They had armor on them taking. I just saw it.
These were rioters and insurrectionists.
If that was
Hooligans
Black
and
Lives Matter,
thugs,
do you think that would be happening?
domestic terrorists?
no. I know you're in a tough
do not
spot.
represent
I'm not
America.
going to get into why, but
There were a few thousand violent extremists who tried to take over the Capitol building and attack our democracy. They must and should be prosecuted to
Thank
the
you,
full
Laura
extent
Actual.
of the law.
for
Hopefully, by
newcomers
this
coming to this
administration
channel,
is
as
not,
I'm probably losing thousands of
certainly by
subs
the
today,
next.
I get
They
into
should be-
politics
they should
more
be
into my
provided
streams. It just kind of
no
naturally happens. I
means.
can't help it. But my videos
I
are
wanna
more
thank
about
the
tech
many
and
of the
gaming.
Capitol Hill Police and Secret Service and local
I keep it to
police who
tech
kept
and
us
gaming in
safe
those
today
videos because
and
understandably,
worked to clear the
I'm going to
Capitol
defend some
and
people.
return it to its rightful owners and its rightful
This is stressful.
I want to thank the leaders.
You know what I mean? This is
Democrat
stressful.
and Republican.
And people
House
want
and
a way to
Senate.
escape from that.
It was
And I
Speaker
understood
Pelosi,
that, and
Leader
people were right
McConnell,
back in the day when I
Leader
brought so
McCarthy, and
videos.
myself, who came together
Unless
and
it's
decided that
tech-related
these thugs would
politics,
not
I keep
succeed.
away from it.
that we would finish
But
the
live
work of
streams?
that our Constitution requires us to complete.
This comes up from time to time. We have a lot of unprecedented shit happening in our world right now. Now we have a new strain of this virus, which,
that were desecrated.
God forbid,
But we know always
it starts spreading throughout the world. We may be fucked all over again.
do again tonight. But make no mistake. Make no mistake, my friends.
I don't know if I'll bring those best. Thank you, Laura
Today's
Actual, for
events
becoming a
did not
member.
happen
Zero, thank you. Team
The
R
president who
Gaming.
promoted conspiracy
Maybe once in a
theories that
while if I lose
motivated
internet
these
again.
thugs, the president who exhorted them to come to our nation's capital, egged them on.
Yes, he did.
He
Trust me,
targeted
I have
and
no love for
discourages
Chuck Schumer.
violence, and more often
Defend logic.
encourages
People
it.
come after. That's
This
very true.
president
I'm staying. I
bears a
like your
great
videos.
deal
Thank you, White
of the
Fang.
blame. This mob was in good part President Trump's doing.
Thank you, Isaac. I
Incited by his
appreciate it.
words, his lies,
So what my point being is
his
that
violence in good part. His
if you want
responsibility,
nothing with the politics,
his everlasting shame.
my videos will always remain, unless it's
Today's events
tech or gaming related
Certainly,
politics,
certainly
will remain away.
would not have
But
happened.
There's
without
no
them.
way.
Now, January
Like,
6th
imagine
will go down
I
as
ignored
one of
this
the
today and made a
darkest
video
days
on
in
this
recent
new
American
SSD I got. Hey guys,
Final
the
warning
world's
to
fucking
our
burning
nation
around me, but look at my new
about the
2 terabyte hard
consequences of a
drive.
demagogic president, the people who enable him, the captive media that parrots his lies,
Team TR game. Oh yeah, I think I already thanked you,
and the
but thank you.
people who follow him.
That ad
He
for
attempts to push
yeah.
America
For everyone who always wonders why, if I'm screen capturing something,
of ruin.
why I turn off my video. When I went
As
to
we
Fox
reconvene
News,
tonight,
they had like a
let us
soft
remember,
core
in the end,
porn game app
all this mob
for
has
you
really
to put on your
accomplished
fucking
is to delay
iPhone.
our work by a few hours.
Sign up now. I'm like,
We will
what the
resume our
fuck is this?
responsibilities now, and we will finish our task tonight. The
Yes,
House
I
and
know
Senate
Amy Schumer
chambers
is
will
Chuck's
be
cousin.
restored good as new.
I do know that,
ready for
John.
legislative
Long-time viewer, first-time
in short
subscriber.
order.
Thank you for all you do. I appreciate it.
Counting of the electoral votes is our sacred duty.
And if this will make some people feel better,
Democracy's roots in this
I don't
nation
want to
are
cover this
deep,
shit all the time.
they're
It exhausts
strong,
me too.
and they will not be undone.
It's tiring.
Ever by a group of thugs. Democracy will triumph, as it has for centuries.
He reads
So
from
to
that
my
paper so
fellow
impassioned,
Americans
doesn't he?
who were shocked and appalled by the images on their televisions today, and who are worried about the future of this country, let me speak to you directly.
Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it.
Divisions in our
Is a
country
second civil
clearly
war?
run deep.
I don't know.
But we are a resilient,
But we are divided right now.
forward-looking,
And Biden being in
optimistic
office
people.
on January 20th
will
is not going
begin
to
the
stop
hard
that. And they
work
better have more security than
repairing
for the
this
fucking
nation
Pope on
tonight.
that day.
Yeah.
because
You
here in
know,
America,
God forbid, that someone would try to shoot him.
in America, we always overcome our challenges.
At this point, the U.S. is currently an idiocracy running on malarkey instead of a democratic republic. Both sides refuse to find a middle ground.
To the senator from Oklahoma, Senator Langford.
I'll say one thing. I don't want to find a middle ground with someone who is a
The vice president
QAnon
said
supporter.
things more eloquently than how we say it in Oklahoma.
Who is this
Oklahoma,
idiot?
We'd say something like, why in God's name would someone think attacking law enforcement and occupying the United States Capitol is the best way to show that you're right?
You lost 7,000
that?
subs? You lost
Riders and thugs don't
7,000?
run the
Stop.
Capitol. We're the United States of America.
I noticed you've been a New Yorker. You don't like
We
any...
disagree on a lot of things, and we have a lot of spirited debate in this room. But we talk
I have
it
mixed
out,
feelings
and
on
we
Cuomo.
honor each
Top
other,
channel block part 1 of this.
even in our disagreement. That person,
Yeah, it was
that
some-
person is not
yeah, top
my
channel.
enemy. That's my fellow American. And while we disagree on things and disagree strongly at times,
Are you Xavier Kilo?
we do not encourage what happened today. Ever. I want to join my fellow senators in saying thank you to the Capitol Hill Police, the law enforcement, the National Guard, the Secret Service, who stood in harm's way while we were here debating.
You're saying I lost 7. I didn't lose
They were
7,000
pushing
subs.
back. And I was literally interrupted mid-sentence speaking here because we were all unaware of what was happening right outside this room.
I
because of
lost
their
about
performance
2,000.
And because of what they have done.
And that's okay.
And I want to thank them. Ronald Reagan once said, peace is not the absence of conflict.
Wait, is this guy
It's
going
the
to try
ability
to...
handle conflict by peaceful means.
What's he saying?
The peaceful people in my state in Oklahoma want their questions answered, but they don't want this, what happened today. They want to do the right thing, and they also want to do it the right way. They want to honor the constitutional process, but they also want to have debate about election security because they want to make sure it's right, which is why it's an important issue that still needs
He's still
to be
bringing up
resolved.
election security at this point.
Transparency in government just doesn't seem like a bad idea. Obviously, the commission that we have asked for is not going to happen at this point, and I understand that. And we're headed towards tonight, towards the certification of Joe
Yeah,
Biden
McCain
as
and Romney
President
did push
of the
back.
United
Trump,
States.
however, embraced them and
We
encouraged
will
them.
work
Yeah, he did.
together in this body to be able to set a peaceful example for the days ahead. I yield the floor.
Democratic leader.
Senator from Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto.
Senator from Nevada.
Mr. Vice President.
I'm
I
good
know
with
that
it. I don't
this
give a shit. I'm
room
losing
is
subs,
full
man.
of leaders of both parties who love this country.
I'll always have a
and many
base
believe
that I
for
appreciate that
America
support
to
me.
Succeed,
Thank you,
our
Venom.
politics must find common ground. And that has never been clearer than today when armed rioters stormed the U.S.
I don't know
Capitol.
what I think of this pineapple
Emboldened
shit.
by President
Yeah,
Trump's
I
false
liked it.
and
Yeah, it's kinda,
inflammatory rhetoric about the
making me
2020
flaccid.
elections.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we in this chamber have a special duty
I
as
bought a
leaders
few more
to work
boxes
together to lower the temperature
today just 'cause
of
I
our
was there, and
politics. And I
Well, you
hope
bought
that
this?
my
Some of them were
colleagues would
actually,
question
there
the
when I came to pick them
legitimacy
up.
of this
Wow, that's
election.
amazing. That's a first.
Arizona and all of these other states now see the dire and dangerous
No, I came back on. I'm not
consequences
still
of sowing
live.
doubt and uncertainty. I also know that as U.S. senators, we all take solemnly the oath we swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah, that's moving just too fast. I can't
At
even
this
read it.
moment in history, I can think of nothing more patriotic than renewing
I
our
mean-
faith in the charters of freedom.
I just don't, I kind of don't get it either way. If you don't, well, Rich, I don't sub to you for politics. Okay, so the one video I've had up in the past year and a half that's about politics, which are these streams, cool. Like, don't watch 'em.
From the consent of the governed.
You know,
The people have
or if I
spoken in
brought
this
a whole
election,
bunch of political
and our
channel
only
videos
job
up
here
on my
today
channel, like normal
is to
videos,
do
then
what
fine.
they ask.
But
it is not
it's
to
one
argue
stream, or now two
election
streams,
security.
that you don't have to watch.
That's not
But what it
the
is that people
but
don't
what
want
we
to
are
hear a
doing
differing
today.
opinion from theirs.
Our Constitution specifically reserves to the people the
Hey,
right
Rich,
to
been a
meet in their
didn't catch
respective
most of the
states
stream. I guess I
and vote
can't
for
know
the
what's going
president
on.
and vice president. As a result,
People tried to
individual
overrun
states oversee and implement the election process.
Washington,
not the
D.C. If
federal
people
government.
unfriend you over politics, they're
To guard
morons. All they
against
had,
fraud
I
or
guess I know a lot of morons. I'm
irregularities
not
in
talking
the
about
voting
YouTube. I'm talking
process,
real
the
life.
states are required to have
I watch you a lot. You're
robust
fair and
election
consistent. I have
security
family
measures.
close that are QAnon.
Likewise,
Echo chambers
state
are real.
legislatures have
It
the
breeds extremism.
opportunity
Yes, it
to
does.
examine evidence of voter
And
fraud
people, I'm not going to
before
name
they
any names, and I'm
certify
sure you
their
could fill in the
electoral
dots. There are
college
people
vote.
right here that
And
on
our
YouTube that are
courts,
fucking
from
grifters
district courts to the
that
United
will
States Supreme
say
Court,
exactly what one
adjudicate
base wants to
legal
hear, so their
challenges and
subs
election
keep growing,
disputes.
so their views keep growing, and they
All of
get
those
money.
things
And I
happened
assure you
after the 2020
that
election.
those people that I'm not going to name because I don't
State
feel like
houses
going
and courts
down that
across the
rabbit
country
hole
took allegations of voter fraud seriously and followed the
probably don't
constitutional
believe in
process to
70%
hew
what they
challenges
say.
to this year's election.
but they know you believe it, so
No
they want
state
you to hear. Not saying you
found
guys, but they know
evidence
their
of
audience
any
believes it, so they want to.
widespread voter fraud. And neither did any court ask to review the state's findings. In Arizona, Republican Governor Doug Ducey, Democratic Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, Republican Attorney
Yeah, okay, go
General
pee.
Mark Brnovich, and
Oh, you want me to
State
watch?
Supreme Court Chief Justice
You're saying
Robert
other
Brudenell
things.
all
Oh, it makes you feel
certified
better that I
results
asked?
of the election
Okay, good.
on November 30th. And we know, we have heard, Arizonans have been voting by mail for almost 30 years. And Governor Ducey has expressed confidence in the state's process numerous times. In November, he said, "We do elections well
Hold on
here
one
in
sec.
Arizona. The system is strong, and that's why I have bragged on it so much." He further stated, "We have some of the strongest election laws in the country, laws that prioritize accountability and clearly lay out our procedures
Sorry.
for conducting, canvassing,
That
and
video is
even
going back up.
contesting
It's being
the
edited
results."
right now.
And they are right. Arizona has one of the most transparent election processes in the country, with built-in accountability, starting with internal auditing. We have heard unfounded allegations that voting machines in Arizona and elsewhere somehow
No, don't
changed
arrest
vote
everyone
counts
that voted for
or
Trump.
somehow
That's not
improperly rejected
that's
ballots while
not
claiming
the
to
route
accept
you want to
them.
go. That's not it.
These allegations all ignore the fact that Arizona counties conducted
That's not the
ballot
route you wanna
audits
go, man.
by hand to
I'm drinking
double-check the
seltzer,
machine
living the
counts,
dream.
and these
I need
audits
some
found
edibles.
no widespread fraud
I'll wait till
or
intro guy gets back so he
irregularities.
can keep up the excitement.
Maricopa County, the county where more than 60% of the state population resides, conducted
I agree that people shouldn't,
post-election
but when
hand
someone
count
uses their
audit
popularity
a week
for it.
after the
But I'm not
election,
using my
which showed
popularity.
perfect
Like, I just
100%
feel like I should
accuracy
talk about this.
in
I'm
the
not
machine
using my
calculations.
popularity.
So
See, that's
why would
like,
we need, my
that
colleagues,
happened too when the
to call for
assholes
a
over at
10-day
FedEx
emergency
this summer
audit
during
to be
a
conducted
tropical
by a
storm
legislative commission when it's already
put
been
an
done
expense.
by
I
the
could
state
bought my
of
kids an
Arizona.
electric car, a little toy electric car, like they could
Which
sit in
one
and
is
drive
safe race?
around. They put it in the middle of my fucking
The
lawn. I
audit
took a
involves
picture.
checking ballots
Everyone's
during
like, "Oh,
the
look, he's
presidential election, but also
look."
ballots for federal
I'm
and state
paraphrasing to a
legislative
degree. Oh, look, the
audit report
influencer
shows
is
every
calling out a
machine
company
and
to
hand
get
count
what he
totals
wants. I'm
each
like,
of
get
the
what I
races
want.
audited. And
They
for
didn't do
every
their
single
job.
race,
Like, why is everything
the
about the
difference between the
influencer?
hand
Like,
count and the
if
machine
I
count
bring
was
up, like, hey,
zero.
this is a pretty cool deal, this SanDisk hard drive. Why are you trying to sell? Like, no, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to virtue signal. I'm not trying to. But
Seeking to find
this is something that I'm interested in that concerns me, and this is my platform.
Maricopa County failed to follow state law.
I'm not trying to swing anybody's brain. If you think that Trump should be our leader for the next 30 years, I assure you I know I'm not going to change your mind.
And this too went to a court. In rejecting this claim, state court in Arizona found that the county followed the properly issued guidance on hand audit procedures.
Yes. How many people said that to me? Every time I say, "Oh my God, people are breaking into the Capitol today." I bet you it's Antifa. Like, it's just like there's always the goalpost. If it's here, they move it here. If it's here, they move it here. If it's here, they move it here. Like, there's nothing you can do. Trump should be impeached and go to jail. This is a coup. Yeah, I don't. Everyone's like, it's rioters, Rich. Like, he has been inciting this for like since he got elected. If I lose the next election, it's going to be stolen for me. Okay.
Certify their votes tonight. Thank you.
Oh, I probably think I lost more than that at this point. I'm sure me streaming this right now.
Yield up to 5 minutes to the senator from Utah, Senator Lee.
Senator from Utah.
Mr. President, at the time I prepared my remarks for today, it seems like a lifetime ago.
Rioters have taken over entire city blocks, burned businesses, torched cop cars, been blocking highways over the past.
Some of the same remarks, but has a little bit of a different feel.
Why do I have to keep explaining the
than it would
difference?
have just a few hours ago.
And why do I have to keep explaining I
thoughts and
condemn that
prayers go
too?
out
I don't understand why I have to keep
The
explaining the
family members
difference.
of those who have been injured or killed.
Those
today.
rioters, as wrong as they
Heartfelt
were,
gratitude goes out to the Capitol Hill police who
were in
valiantly
trying to
defended our
sabotage
buildings
our government.
and our lives.
Like, why can't you understand that? Why is it so hard to understand the difference? Like, it's not that complex. It's not that I'm a political genius. It's not that people that understand what I'm saying are political. Like, yes, that's very wrong. It's very wrong to break into businesses of people that are innocent people that are just trying to make a living. And those people should be prosecuted under the full extent of the law.
Nearly 2.5 centuries ago by
But this is something that hasn't happened, I believe, since like 1814. They tried to fucking undo our government.
And what it
I don't understand how you
makes
can't
clear
understand
who
that.
does
Thank you for
what
the super
when it
chat, but for
comes to
Christ's
deciding
sake.
presidential elections. You see, because
Oh, man.
in our system of government,
Take the fight to the
presidents
government,
are
not your neighborhood.
directly elected.
Protest to the
They're chosen
politicians,
by
not the people.
presidential
We the
electors.
people.
And the Constitution makes very clear under Article 2, Section 1, that the states
Astor's playing
will
room is
appoint
good.
presidential
Last one,
electors
but if you
according
break
to procedures that the
Downey.
legislatures develop. Then comes the 12th Amendment.
Yeah, dude,
It
it's
explains what
always
we're
but
doing here
BLM, but
today in the
Antifa.
Capitol. It
It's
explains that the President of the
they
Senate,
tried to
the President of
undo
the
our
United
government
States,
today. It's that
shall
simple.
Open the ballots, and the votes
As
shall
wrong
then
as
be
riots
counted.
are,
It's
and I
those words
condemn them
that
when they were happening, I
define,
could condemn them now.
And constrain
And
every
as horrible as it
scrap
is
of
to see
authority
people's
within this
livelihoods destroyed by
process.
them, and it's wrong, and they were
Our
monstrous
job
for
is to
doing it.
open and
This
then
is at
count.
another level. They were trying to undo our
Then
government today.
That's
Like,
it. That's all there is.
our democracy is like hanging on by a
Now,
fucking
there are, of
hair thin thread.
in which
Me, Mom, did you see
slates
Trump
of
supporters
electors
broke
can
into
be
the White House?
subverted by the
Mom
same
watching right.
state. That doesn't
Those were
happen very
Antifa
often.
riots, not
Happened in
pro-Trump. Me in my
1960,
head.
happened
Yeah,
in
dude.
1876.
That's the thing. Like I just
Doesn't ever
said,
happen
the
again. In
goalpost
those
always
rare
gets moved. You
moments,
can't win.
Congress has to make a choice. It has to decide which of the electoral votes. will be
Don't stress
counted and
yourself,
which will
though, dude.
not.
Some people
That
are.
did not
Yeah, I
happen
know.
here.
I know. Stop
Thank
wasting our
heavens,
trying to
and
explain the
let's
difference
hope
between
that it never
Walgreens being
does.
looted versus the fucking state capitol being destroyed. Thank
Many of my
you.
colleagues
People don't
have
understand
raised
nuance. Yeah, they don't. There's
objections or
nuance.
had
It's not
previously
just
stated their
this is the
intent to
same as
raise
this.
objections with regard
Doesn't mean I'm condoning one either. But it's
I've
not
spent
the
an
same.
enormous time on this issue over the last
It's
few
like
weeks.
no, I can't
I've
bring this
met
up
with
because
lawyers
it's not a good example
both
and
sides
people
of
will
the
use it
issue.
against me and
I've met with
because it
lawyers
doesn't
representing
exactly
the Trump campaign,
it's not an
bringing
analogy
everything I
that
could find
fits
about
it
the constitutional
perfectly.
provisions in question.
Stay true, you're awesome.
And
Thank
I've
you very
spent
much,
a lot
man.
of time on the phone with legislators and other leaders from the contested states. I didn't initially declare my position because I didn't yet have one.
Trying to think I could do
wanted
this
to
so
get
you
the
could
facts
hear.
first, and I wanted to understand what was happening. I
Be
wanted to
easier if you could hear.
give the people
It's good to hear things.
serving in
Yeah, so let me try
government
something
in the
here real
contested
quick.
states the opportunity to do whatever they felt they needed to
And
do
they need to make sure that
their
no one gets
election
assassinated on
is
January
properly
20th, too.
reflected.
That's a pretty big
I
thing.
spent an enormous amount of time reaching out to state government
So
officials
you
in
realize you
those
lost
states,
50K
in
subs,
none of
but I
the
don't care.
contested
You
states.
trimmed
No,
the fat. I haven't
even
lost
one.
50K. No, I haven't,
Did
dude. I'm at.
I discover
I didn't lose
any
50K subs.
that there
I don't know
was
where
any
people are
chance
getting
that
these
any state
numbers from.
legislature or
I
Secretary
have
of State
lost
or governor or lieutenant governor
2,000.
had
I was at
any
969
intention
today.
to
Now I'm at
oversee an election.
967.
That being the
A little
case,
less than, like
our
around
job
2.
is a very simple one.
Thank you, Patrick. But
simply
yeah,
isn't
I've
how
lost
our
subs, but
federal
not that
system
many.
is supposed
Hey,
to
what's up,
work.
Lance?
That is to say, if you
I did
have
not lose.
concerns
If I
with
lost
the way
50K,
that
I'd be
an
down to
election
910,000 subs.
in the presidential race was handled in your state.
That's
The
what I.
appropriate response is to
Dude, could
approach
you
your state
imagine in the
legislature.
state if the
First
state
and
saw
foremost.
another country doing this? We would have been. We would have, especially if they had
From
oil. We would have
hearings
been there
of those
already.
Who have raised concerns. They should have been focused on their state capital.
Thank you
not
very
the
much.
nation's
And like you
capital.
know, boot sex,
Because our
butt
role
sex. His name is
America.
butt sex.
Our role is defined. Our role is
I don't make
limited. Yes,
videos
we
on
are
this
the election
shit.
Judges.
It's not that I'm
When it
doing
comes to
that.
Members elected to our own body, and yes, the House of Representatives, they're the judges of their own races.
It's
there.
a human
We
nature
also have
tactic,
the authority
CLS,
to
because people on the
prescribe,
left
as
do
a
that too.
Congress, rules governing the time, place,
People
and
don't want to be
manner
held accountable. It's
of
human nature. It's a
elections
human
for
nature
senators
tactic,
and
I should say.
representatives. There is no corresponding authority with respect
Rich,
to
you yelling at
presidential
mouse
elections.
farts. There's no
None
saving people. Just let them believe what they
whatsoever. It
believe.
doesn't
It's a
exist.
game to
Our
those
job
people,
is
sadly.
to convene,
I appreciate
to
your
open the
honesty and
ballots,
passion. It's
and to
refreshing these
count
days of the sold
That's it.
sponsorships
Thank
and
you, Mr.
people
President.
who
I yield the
withhold.
floor.
Well, I got to thank you guys because the reason why I could have the balls to say the things that I say,
Democratic leader.
Colorado, Mr. Bennett.
you know, I have sponsors,
Senator from Colorado.
but
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you.
doing this kind of stuff, they don't want you to have an opinion. They want you to be a mouthpiece.
It's been a terrible day for everybody here and for our country. One of the things I was thinking about today is something I often think
No,
about
they have.
when
I'm sure,
on
Magnum,
this
they
panel,
have.
which is
Not to make you feel
that
worse,
the
but
founders of this country,
Kieran,
the people
thank you.
that wrote our Constitution.
Let me see if I could.
Actually knew our history better than we know our history.
All right, I'm going to turn the screen off for
And I was
1
thinking about
second.
that
Be
history
right back.
today as we saw the mob riot in Washington, D.C.
Open sound
thinking about
settings.
what the founders were thinking about when they wrote our Constitution, which was happened in the Roman Republic.
Okay. That should work. Hold on, guys, and I'll properties. You'll be able to hear it again.
For senators, these were the officers
All right.
in Rome, and these
All right.
armed gangs ran through the streets of Rome, keeping elections from being started, keeping elections from ever.
I'm not mad or anything, Kieran.
And
Thank
in
you.
the end, because
I love
of
your
that,
con. I became a meme. I've been a meme for a while with that Skibbity Bob thing.
and that was the end of the Roman Republic, or any republic for that matter.
Yeah, everyone's like, Rich, you lost 7,000, 10,000. I'm like, no, I lost like 2,000 subscribers. So like,
United States.
and I knew going into this. I knew. You know what I mean? Especially with how hyped up people are about this shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, I knew this is how it was going to be. Oh, crap. Let me open the screen back up. Sorry, guys.
And and rejection for what we
Yeah, we're
saw
back.
today and what
Now intro guy could hear. You may hear a little. Yeah, I lost more subscribers than I have.
to always believe that we're the first people to confront something when that's seldom the case, and to underappreciate what the effect of
Because
our
people,
actions will be.
and there's people that are more successful than me because of it, and I'll be the first to admit it, because people want echo chambers. They want what their beliefs are just to be amplified. That's it. They don't want to hear a differing opinion. They feel threatened by it because people, that's why it's called identity politics. People identify their self-worth and self-being to their politics.
Of a statute written in the 19th
Which I don't understand. I would never, I don't know, like I would never worship elected leader as a deity. You know what I mean? Like I wanted Bernie to be president, but I wouldn't have like done this. I wouldn't have done any of this shit for him, you know?
that the senator of Texas.
Like imagine if Bernie pulled this, I would tell him to fuck off. Just say the same.
Well, yeah, of course.
You know?
To be asked to overturn the judgments of 60 courts in America.
And just like one thing I'll agree with Ethan Klein on
Some of whom have
about the quartering
the president's lawyers
is there's the anti-SJWs
evidence of fraud.
that are clutching their pearls because the SJWs are clutching their pearls about something and they don't like that they're clutching their pearls, so they're clutching their pearls complaining about them. I don't understand it. And I used to be part of that crowd a little bit. And I hate it.
To conspiracy theory, you can't now come to the floor of the Senate and
Do you guys hear an echo? If you do, I could fix it a little bit.
the election was stolen. Go out there and tell them the truth.
What is he saying?
Which is that every single member of the Senate knows this election wasn't stolen.
Okay, good.
And that
Okay, I thought he was saying the
we,
opposite.
just as in the Roman Republic, have a responsibility to protect the independence of the judiciary.
Some of them I think actually believe it was Antifa. Avid Arlon, thank you very much. I think I'm building a new sub base along with this. I said, one may be leaving, but another one's coming. McAden, thank you very much for becoming a member.
Was founded. So now we find ourselves.
I don't know about that, Frankie. I thank you for, that's a hell of a compliment. I don't know if I have that influence. I don't think I do.
Every single member of the House
But
of Representatives.
I hope people wake up in general, and it has nothing to do with partisan. I hope people wake up and realize that the fundamental problem is the corruption in our government.
Once again,
This has been building for ages. Like I said, Trump wasn't the cause, Trump was the effect. I support Biden. I don't really support Biden, but it was kind of like vote for more lunacy or vote for a typical corrupt politician.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nikolai. Blippy need to crap on all of them. Ah, yes. He needs to take a big explosive shit on them. They screwed up on both sides so hard that people are angry. The farmers have that in mind. Time to hit the reset button. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. The reset button almost was hit today, and it wouldn't be good. Identity politics and telling people to check their privilege brought us here. This won't end anytime soon. Nope. Just subbed. Hi from Burlington, Vermont. I'll say hi to Bernie next time I see him. Thank you very much, man. He would have been the one I voted for. But like I said, if Bernie ever pulled any, which he wouldn't, but if Bernie did, let's just be objective, and pulled anything like trying to deny
Senator from Georgia.
the virus, trying to deny COVID-19, did anything like what Trump did, I would condemn him just equally and tell him to fuck off just equally. It has nothing to do with partisan politics with me. No, I don't believe you would out. I'm just saying it as an as-if example. My point is, I'll hold any, even if it's official I voted for, I'll hold them accountable. Like, I won't be like, oh, I voted for them, so I'm just going to turn away. They're doing something I don't like. You know what I mean? You got to hold them accountable. They're not a deity. They're an elected official. You have to hold them accountable.
My objection was intended to protect the sanctity of the American.
Isn't she being investigated for insider trading? Speaking of
law enforcement for keeping us safe. I believe that there were last-minute changes to the November 2020 election.
Yeah, you got to be careful about publicly shaming, though, man. Rich, do you watch Vosh? I do not. If humanity turns sterile tomorrow and there is no future for humans, what will be the greatest generation to die out in dignity? That's a hell of a question, man, that I
cannot.
Yeah, I can't even begin to answer that.
Nevertheless, there is no excuse for the events that took place in these chambers today.
Yeah, she lost. She's out too, right? This one?
Such a dark day again. Though the fate of this vote is clear, the future of the American people's faith in the core institution of this democracy remains uncertain.
Well, remember they were saying at first that 5G, 5G was what was causing COVID when it first started.
And their vote matters. America is a divided country with serious differences, but it is still the greatest country on earth. There can be no disagreement that upholding democracy is the only path to
Like, really, this is what, like, I feel like it's a bunch of high school kids reading their thesis.
Yeah.
This is a result of a profitable misinformation market of those willing to buy. Yeah, and it's still happening now. There's YouTubers still grifting hard. Still grifting hard. Oops, I said a name. What's the line that justifies the curation of offline information? Do people have to... No one has to die. Socialism doesn't work. I lost family members to it. No, capitalism with socialism systems works.
My first job after
Your roads being paved is socialism.
working for a federal judge.
You being protected by law enforcement is socialism. You know that, right?
And a lot about law from him. I also learned some sad.
The division in this country will not be healed by one side or other trying to shame or demonize the other. Yeah. But we also can't be like, yeah, QAnon is totally believe. We have to work with them. I'm not working with them. They're fucking freaks. Like, I'm not going to, like, if Intro Guy had an opinion that
act of violence
the sky is never blue, even though it's blue, I'm like, all right, I'll work with him. So once in a while, the sky won't be blue, even if it's blue on a sunny day. I'd be like, no, you're a fucking idiot. The sky, when it's sunny out, the sky is always blue. Like, I'm not working with you on that. I'm not going to pretend the sky is a different color.
As a United States Senate,
you know,
to affirm the votes of all who cast ballots in November.
She's 50?
Instead, we're
contemplating social democracy. Why I'm moving to Sweden. In Mexico, people like Trump. In the U.S., they hate Trump. I don't know why. He is a good president. No, he's not.
The Georgia result was very clear. A 12,000 vote.
We could go into faults with other presidents too. I thought Mexico hated Trump.
4 separate recounts and canvasses, 7 lawsuits. As in the other
I guess censorship is okay. Who censored anybody?
If we object to results like this, the message is so clear. We are saying to states, no matter how secure and accurate your elections are, we'll gladly overthrow them if we don't like who you voted for. But more importantly, what we'll be saying, really what we'll be doing, is as the body that acted together to guarantee Americans the right to vote, we will become the agent of one of the most massive disenfranchisements in the history of this country.
What is this guy on about?
I urge all of my colleagues, please oppose these objections.
That's Senator
Thank you. I
Kane,
yield to my colleague from New Jersey.
who would have been the vice president.
Mr. Vice President,
I met him before.
I can only think of 2 times in American history.
Have you?
that
Yeah, he came when I was in
individuals laid
Shenandoah. He
siege to our
came
capital.
wandering out of the woods.
No, you can't give up on the country, man.
And tried to upend.
Thank you very much, Watery, for sticking around.
This government. One was in the War of 1812. And the other one was today.
This guy's a corporatist too, though. If you look at his track record. Do I know it off the top of my head? No,
They
but
both were waving flags to a sole sovereign, to an individual, surrendering democratic principles to the cult of personality. One was a monarch.
you hear echo?
And the other were the flags I saw all over our Capitol, including in the hallways and in this room, to a single person named Donald Trump.
Yes, this is live.
Between these 2 times is one was yet another.
Yes, I'm okay. I'm gonna make myself a coffee and get some spray in a second.
United States of America.
Now all of a sudden echo.
But
So
this
weird.
time, we brought this hell upon ourselves.
Well, you're right about that. Yeah, no shit.
My colleague from Texas said that this was a moment where there were unprecedented allegations.
Yeah. You're talking Cory Booker. Yeah. You're right, Bullseye. Twitter took down Trump's Twitter for 12 hours.
If I lose this election, then the election was rigged. That's unprecedented.
Yeah, he did. He did say that too. I remember literally saying, "If I lose, the only way I can lose this election is if it's rigged." Like he was already planting that seed.
Oh yeah,
years ago.
Fanning the flames of conspiracy theory to create a smokescreen in this nation to cover what he is trying to do, which is undermine our democratic principles. But it's not just that. The shame of this day is it's being aided and abetted.
Can't have absolute socialism or capitalism. Thank you for someone finally saying that. Too much capitalism would hurt the lesser one deeply. You can't have corporations regulating themselves. Like, is there still echo now?
To power who are trying to fundraise off of the shame of conspiracy theories as opposed to doing the incalculably valuable
Ben-Hur.
patriotic thing to speak truth to our nation.
Who's Osaka? I'm not even sure who Osaka is. Days like me makes me wish I was standing in a software, etc. on launch day for Unreal Tournament. Thank you for understanding. I miss those days, man. Where I miss those days where I was oblivious to the shit what was going on.
What will we do? How will we
Like I used to think Clinton was a good president. Bill Clinton was a good president just because of the fact that like high school was cool and I got drunk a lot. Like I didn't know what was going on with the deregulation and shit he was doing. I remember when Trump won in 2016, there were loads of videos by the right showing how the liberals were overreacting. It makes me laugh now that look at the fucking difference. And look, I didn't agree with the crying back then. I said, why are you... Look, Trump was the one that was elected. Get the fuck over it, and let's move on. I said the same thing about them. I hope I could find my Facebook post from back then. But now look what they're doing. They literally ransacked the fucking Capitol. Like... Yo, you're such snowflakes. Oh, we're so angry that our dear leader lost that we're going to try to undermine our government.
Mr. President,
like what?
and Mr. Vice President, let me just say,
I don't understand. The hypocrisy of human beings is incredible.
Your constitutional duties and your
No shit, it's going to be, dude. There's going to be people reading about this in history books and stuff. Absolutely.
today has been ugly.
I think we need a massive overhaul of the U.S. educational system. I do agree with that as well.
I planned to talk about the lesson of 1801.
All right, intro guy's going to give you his in-depth commentary while I go get some coffee and spray.
Peaceful transition of power across our nation's history. It feels a little naive now to talk about ways that American civics might be something that could unite us and bring us back together. 1801 blew everybody's mind.
Absolutely nothing lounge.
John Adams loses to
Pretty
Thomas
much.
Jefferson.
I'll be right back.
And Adams willingly leaves the executive mansion and moves back to Massachusetts, and Jefferson peacefully assumes power. And people all over Europe said, that must be fake news. Those must be bad reports. There's no way any executive would ever willingly lay down power. And yet Adams, in defeat, did something glorious to give all of us a gift. I wanted to celebrate that, and it feels a little bit harder now. This building has been desecrated. Blood has been spilled in the hallways. I was with octogenarian members of this chamber that needed to have...
Intro guy, just a lighter note before I go get my coffee and spray. Intro guy just saw my dingus.
A lot of our staffs were
under
their desks.
Still knocking over my
What was gonna
keyboard.
happen to them? It was ugly today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Turns out that when something's ugly, talking about
I just saw
beauty is
something,
permissible. Talking about beauty is
no man should ever see.
time like that. Why? Why would we talk about beauty after the ugliness of today? Because our kids need
I'm
to know
traumatized.
that this isn't
Shaken.
what America is. What happened today isn't what America is.
All because
They were
he
given a glorious
likes to pee with the
inheritance.
door
This is the
open.
59th presidential election. If the vice president wasn't the chair, and if the president pro tem was, I'd made some joke that Chuck Grassley had voted in 2/3 of those 59 presidential elections. He's laughing. It's not as good as Hit Dear, Dear Dead, but it's still got a Grassley laugh. I don't think we want to tell the Americans that come after us that this republic is broken, that this is just a banana republic, that our institutions can't be trusted. I don't think we want that. We don't want that in this body. We don't want that in our hometowns. I don't think we want to tell our kids that America's best days are behind us, because it's not true. That's not who we are. America isn't Hatfield's and McCoy's blood feud forever. America's a union. There's a lot that's broken in this country, but not anything that's so big that the American people can't rebuild it, that freedom and community and entrepreneurial effort and the neighborhoods can't rebuild. Nothing that's broken is so big that we can't fix it. Generations of our forefathers and our foremothers, probably not a word, our ancestors, have spilled blood to defend the glories of this republic. Why would they do that? Because America is the most exceptional nation in the history of the world, and because the Constitution is the greatest political document that's ever been written. Most governments in the past have said might makes right, and we saw some of that hooligan nuttery today. Might makes right. No, it doesn't. God gives us rights by nature, and government is just our shared project to secure those rights. America has always been about what we choose to do together, the way we reaffirm our constitutional system, where we've got some governmental tasks, and we all in this body could do better at those governmental tasks, but the heart of America is not government. The center of America is...
It's going to echo now. I'll be right back. I'm still waiting for the coffee.
Where 330 million Americans are raising their kids and trying to put food on the table and trying to love their neighbor. That's the center of America. We're not supposed to be the most important
I'll be right back.
in America. We're supposed to be servant leaders who try to maintain a framework for ordered liberty so that there's a structure that back home where they live, they can get from the silver frame of structure and order to the golden apple at the center, as Washington would have said it, which is the things that they build together. The places where they coach Little League, the places where they invite people to synagogue or church. Sometimes the big things we do together are governmental, like kicking Hitler's ass or like going to the moon. Sometimes there is governmental stuff, but the heart of America is about places where moms and dads are raising kids, and we're supposed to serve them by maintaining order and by rejecting violence. You can't do big things like that if you hate your neighbors. You can't do big things together as Americans if you think other Americans are the enemy. Look, there's a lot of uncertainty about the future. I get it. There's a lot that does need to be rebuilt. But if you're angry, I want to beg you, don't let the screamers who monetize hate have the final word. Don't let nihilists become your drug dealers. There are some who want to burn it all down. We met some of them today, but they aren't going to win. Don't let them be your prophets. Instead, organize, persuade, but most importantly, love your neighbor. Visit the widower down the street who's lonely and didn't want to tell anybody that his wife died and he didn't have a lot of friends. Shovel somebody's neighbor, or shovel somebody's driveway. You can't hate somebody who just shoveled your driveway. The heart of life is about community and neighborhood, and we're supposed to be servant leaders. The constitutional system is still the greatest order for any government ever, and it's our job to steward it and protect it. Let's remember that today when we vote.
Democratic leader. Senator from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. In March of 1861, a Springfield lawyer caught a train to Washington. His name was Abraham Lincoln. It wasn't his first trip here. He'd served as a congressman 15 years before, and he returned in the beginning of the Civil War to serve as president. It was a different place than he knew it as congressman, and 15 years had changed a lot. The Spriggs boarding house across the street, which is now the Library of Congress, was gone, and this building was changing. Big changes. They're building a dome on the Capitol. But they were also in the earliest days of war, and President Lincoln was counseled, stop building the dome.
All right.
Too much money, we can't
Sorry about that.
time on it. But he said no.
I got that.
We're going to build that dome and we're going to finish it. That dome and this building will be a symbol of this.
If you can everyone try to give and sub to make up for the snowflake. Can you gift subs on YouTube? I don't even know if you could do that.
They won the war.
I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Oh man, there's a whole bunch of... I think we need a massive overhaul of the U.S. education. I agree with that. Rich, this is going to be history. How small was it? Was it girthy? It looked like a button mushroom. It looked like a button mushroom, but that's okay. I didn't mean... I was doing my no-touch pee. I thought he was going to stay here and host the show while I was gone.
Political parties lie in state, and we go there to honor them.
If everyone... You can't, yeah. Well, it is what it... They should do. I don't understand why they don't give subs on here. That would be... They got the super chat idea from the bits over there. What are some of the lessons we can... They have to do something so this can't happen again. I don't know what kind of legislation needs to be written, but we can't have this again, man. Our fucking democracy just held on by a fucking thread today. And what did Interdimensional Harmony say that someone deleted it?
This temple to democracy was
I got you, Michael. You can't. I'm dumb. Laws must be made to prevent another Trump type.
set in that chair, Mr. Vice President.
But what? You can't do that, dude. You can't. What we have to do is that if we get another Trump type in office, they can't pull this shit. But you can't.
Did this mob spring
You got to let the will of the people run. You can't censor that. I'm trying to think of the right word right now. We have to, like, what are we going to do? No, I have a tiny penis. What are we going to do? Like, I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. Are you going to start giving, like, oh, you need to, like, we can't have we have to let everyone vote. You have to let even people that you know are the biggest. If you know someone that can't even count to 10 with their fingers, but if they have the legal right to vote, you need to fight for their right to vote. Because if we start doing gatekeeping, like, oh, you need to have this level, you have to have this IQ to vote, or this, and you know that corruption will take that over. You have to let, even if you know the person's the biggest fucking moron on the planet, I will fight for their right to vote, even if I think all their political viewpoints are asinine, because once you start taking away someone's right, it's over. Then democracy's done.
The lengths he'll go to are obvious. The Texas senator says to us, well, many people still agree with him, you know, when it gets down to the bottom line. Many people have fallen for this presidential...
How do you feel after seeing my dingus?
That it must have been a rigged election if they lost.
Traumatized.
I thought it was like, all right, he's going to stay in here and keep the show flowing while I'm flowing. So I was doing my no-touch pee, then I went to go get my sprays and my coffee, and then the next thing you know, you're staring at my schlong.
You know, like one of those, like, those peeing baby statues. You know, one of those Roman type things.
Why not a national divorce? What do you mean? Like the, oh yeah, where they had the small penis and it's flowing?
Yes.
Thank you. Hey, Rich, cheers from Brazil. You think there's a way back from all this mess, including Trump and Trumpism? It's going to take at least a decade, man. At least a decade. Keep up the good work. I know you lost followers today, but you also gained followers like me. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate it.
Particularly the ones in contention here, and find out what actually occurred.
It always seems like we have, like, once a year, one of those awkward situations with me in the bathroom and you live streaming with me. Remember that one time we were at the office and everyone heard me peeing and farting?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
So many of our institutions operate on the honor system. Strong men have no honor. Codify the unwritten rules of the system. That's exactly... Yeah. This fruit, like, we need laws in place so no one could do this again.
We are still fighting today in America.
Now, you can't keep someone like Trump from running, because then if you get to that point, then you go down that slippery slope of corruption. But if a Trump gets in office and tries to pull this shit, it can't happen. What are my opinions of Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz? You really want me to give... Ted Cruz is a fucking scam artist. I'll do whatever. The same guy that called his wife ugly, he was on the phone doing phone calls for trying to get him votes. What a fucking...
Thank you, Mr. President.
And this is the guy, Mitch McConnell, who was trying to get a clause in the stimulus bill that corporations, if they weren't liable for employees catching COVID if they didn't follow the right safety protocols. He was trying to make sure they weren't liable.
One piece of shit.
Yep. The Patriots who stormed, quote in quotes, the Capitol like that would have never flown 20 plus. We need strict and draconian legislation to prevent the Trump riot of 2021 from happening again. I do agree with that. It's crazy, but now I wonder how crazy it'll be on Inauguration Day. Yeah. Dude, they're going to have like the inauguration under like a bulletproof clear globe. I don't even know how the fuck they're going to do it. I mean, they may have to be indoors or some shit.
Yeah. Normally
you can't have it out. There's no way they could secure a perimeter like that.
And it's not a good idea to have like a crowd gathered for it.
I don't think they're going to have a crowd, but they got to make sure.
Do it inside or something.
I've been watching you for almost a decade. Keep up the work, good man. Thank you very much. Why must I appreciate it? Where I'm from, someone insults if we fight. Like, could you, like, I could never, like, look, I get business is business, but have some fucking pride. Like, have some fucking dignity. Like, don't just be a shill.
Congress had perhaps one of her most notable moments when she said she will no longer object.
That's true. At least Black Lives Matter had a reason to be upset. These assholes are just mad their guy lost. Yeah, literally. That's not even an exaggeration.
I was literally having that exact thought. Right now.
And these are the same people that were like, oh, get over it. Trump won in 2016. And literally it was just like, and I thought those people were idiots too that were crying and shit. I'm like, yeah, he wasn't the guy I would have picked. I didn't like either of them. He isn't the guy I would have picked, but whatever, that was the will of the people. Let's see what happens. Oops.
Yeah, fucking oops is right.
Oh, God. If you think it ends with this, if you think it ends with Biden being certified, it doesn't end with it, man. It's not over. It's so not over. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Do you think this old hag is going to save us?
For that reason, Congress has returned to the Capitol. We always knew that this responsibility would take us
your
into the
first
night
stream was taken down.
and stay as long
It
as
was
it
copyrighted. It's not stricken down. Right now, YouTube's auto-editing. I collect auto-edit if it's going to edit out all the clips that were supposedly copyrighted.
Is it? World,
huh?
We will not be diverted from
No,
our
it's somebody
duty,
did that.
that we will respect our responsibility to the Constitution.
What video? What is
and the
that?
American
I don't know.
people.
Google fish sent it.
On Sunday,
Yeah, I know, Google
Monday's
Fish.
honor,
I know that video, the first video, and it's being fixed.
over a sacred ritual
It'll be back up.
as we
It's there. I have the automated system chopping out the stupid shit.
to open the
Some like Albanian
Congress.
media company who had nothing to do with CNN claimed it.
We accept a
I'm watching Snoop Dogg on my wrestling show right now. Also, I can send you a video of me farting while I do bench presses on Twitter. And can you play it? Well, it's not today, Patrick. Thank you, but not today. Today is not the, even though he saw my dingus. Today is not the day for, I'm not going to get off of this today. No electoral college, no more Trump types.
that was made on our democracy
The electoral college, everyone says that a lot of people, or most people say it's antiquated.
from our
Look,
responsibility.
everyone says, but Rich, he gives a voice to certain states that wouldn't have a voice. But my thing is, what about the guy who's a Republican in New York, where it always mostly goes blue? What about the guy who's a Democrat in Kansas? You know what I mean? Like, it would give their vote more say if it was just, like, we're the only country that does this shit, I think, with the electoral college type shit. I'm pretty sure.
This day of revelation, let us pray
Thank you very much, Adam. Definitely more conservative. Love hearing your takes. Keep it up, man. Thank you very much.
our country to heal.
Duba, only presidents over 50 years to lower the deficit are Clinton and Obama. Republicans won't admit it, but Democrats are better at running the country. Well, I could give some evidence that, dude, money needs to get, all I'll say is this without going into the same thing again.
Only a channel of thy peace,
Money needs to get out of politics. Remember how Obama,
where there is
when he was campaigning, saying everyone who caused the 2008 economic recession, they're going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
we know that we would be part of history.
Not one of them was prosecuted.
Today, every 4 years, when we.
Yeah, some people cried. I was one of them, but Clinton immediately conceded, and Obama invited Trump to the White House. That's like, how do you not see that?
And despite the
like
actions of today,
he's not even doing like. It just shows his character.
Of a history that
Trump is a narcissistic sociopath.
is made of. That these.
There's plenty of things that were wrong with George W. Bush. There's plenty of things that were wrong with Obama. We could go into them all day. And Clinton and George H.W. Bush and Reagan, Lord knows.
Show through violence what their
But
message was. My colleagues,
as wrong as the things they did were, they would never do this.
actually, I gave it to
And I mentioned both Democrats and Republicans, so I'm not being partisan here. Like, this is insanity.
before he left us. And it's a flag of our
In an alternate reality in which you are Trump's media advisor, what advice would you give him to not make a fool of himself? So there's nothing you can do. Because if you go...
Shut up and go away.
Yeah, pretty much. Because here's the thing. If you tell him, if he doesn't agree with something you say, most of the time, he'll fire you. So if you like, I wouldn't be his media because I would tell him like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Electoral College was created by a paranoid Thomas Jefferson who thought the Federalists would rig the 1800 election. Yeah, it doesn't need to stay, man. I mean, I'm not fully up on it, but from what I've read and saw, and they even tried to get rid of it a few times. The Electoral College seems like it's antiquated and it can be weaponized. I got my horse hat ready. I'm prepared for anything. I have my horse hat up his ass, by the way.
And that it will begin with us. Let us pray that God will continue.
Like, she needs to go too. She's pushing 80, man.
She is 80.
She's 80. Like,
to the Constitution.
I don't get it. Like, why are these like? What do they have? Like an approval rating Congress of 13% or some low shit like that?
Yeah.
But what purpose does the gentleman from Maryland?
Like, who's? But like, that's the thing. Like, this is why I think that's a problem too. Is that a younger generation needs to get out to vote, because when you don't, these old fucks stay in office.
Madam Speaker, it is a sad.
The Electoral College system is a winner-takes-all system. All states' Electoral College votes go to a single candidate. It's not democratic, period. I agree with that.
Where Steny Hoyer, who is the number 2.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are so shocked that like, even our government was like, why didn't they have, like, the National Guard around the Capitol today before this even started? Like, why, like, every news outlet, like, from Fox, and, like, why was no one ready for this? Like, I would thought this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like... Oh, like, why? I don't know. You just see Trump got suspended from Twitter, and apparently he may be banned for future. Well, I heard that after he's out of office, they're telling him to fuck off of Twitter. I think because there's some rule you can't get rid of elected officials on Twitter, but once he's not an elected official anymore, they're gonna ban him.
Just the extraordinary chain of events that unfolded that led to both chambers having to adjourn.
You know, Congress has a 10% approval rate and 90% rate. It's because always someone else's congressperson. That's the problem, never theirs.
Thank you so much for talking with us, and terrible
it's just amazing. Like, how do we have a 10% approval rating or 13? You may be right. It may be. Let me look it up right now to verify it instead of just shitting out of my hole. Just shitting out of my hole.
George W. Bush.
What is the U.S. Congress's approval rating?
What do you make of where we are right now in this?
That's from 3 days ago. It's a little better than what you said, but not by much. The most recent polling data from December 2020 puts the approval rating of the United States Congress at 15%. Only 15% approve of how Congress is doing. 85% of people, at least in this polling data, don't approve. That's like, how are they still there?
We came very close to the brink today, and we need to.
What are we gonna say?
I don't know. Most people don't want to get involved with all that bullshit. At least for me.
That's what it comes down to, and they maintain in power because it's like, oh, I kind of know his name, you know. So it's a little bit better, Bulldozer, but not much. 85% of people, at least who was polled in that poll, do not approve of how Congress is doing. Something's wrong. 15% is higher than 0, boy 100. That is true. At least we're higher than 0.
That it's fragile. I think
We're higher than a horse.
how fragile it can be, and it is really important for leaders across the country.
So it's as of that low.
Stand up now, as many have spoken tonight.
That is one of the best 5 words I've seen someone write in this chat. Chillman wrote, "Low info view voters ruin democracy," and it's so true. How many people vote on like Facebook posts they know nothing about? Like, it's not from any credible source. It's like all conspiracy theories, and go out and vote for someone for that reason. That is like, it's so true.
What do you mean react?
Like, your 5 words just said better than anything that I said in this like whole fucking stream.
The counting of these electoral votes. Are you saying the Congress should there should be no more objections put forward?
Well, I certainly would like to see
No, it wasn't copyright stricken. It didn't do anything to my account. It was claimed, and it's blocked in all countries.
If today's events meant anything, we should, withdraw from those positions.
Hold on one second.
To support what we need to do.
I'd love to stream like, well, Fox News just had. Fox News is funny how they spun it. They had like maybe like my smartphone or something like on a tripod in like a corner that looked like you couldn't really tell what was going on. So like, hey, we're kind of covering it, but we're not going to show you any of the shit that they're actually doing. Because I was like, all right, fine, I'll go to Fox. I don't give a fuck. I know CNN pulls fucking stunts too. It's not that I'm protecting them. And I go there and it's like a corner and you're like seeing people's like bottom torsos walking by.
And as I've thought about this,
If I could sub again, I would. Thank you, Bears. Keep being you. I appreciate it. Have you noticed that the parallels between our government and history and ancient Rome civilization? Yes. Review Horse Daddy USA 20. Not to be dismissive of what you're saying, man, but every empire seems to crumble eventually. Don't get it twisted. The United States is an empire.
Yeah.
To keep themselves in power, and I worry that
There's some channel on YouTube I really like about the fall of civilizations.
He no longer is.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's real interesting.
And it's always greed that does it. Greed and power.
Everything he can to
Rome just stretched itself so far. I mean, I don't know the exact logistics of it, but Rome, part of it was anyway. They stretched them. They tried to conquer as much as they can. They stretched themselves so fucking thin. They just didn't have the military to keep up with it.
Yeah.
There was other things too. Like, I'm not making it like I'm not a history expert by any stretch of the imagination. Lobbying should be banned completely, Mama Luigi. You're 310% correct. The more hate we spread, the worse it'll get. Everybody to just fucking love each other already. Yes, and be civil, but problems do need to be worked out. And that doesn't mean hatred, though. That's not what I'm insinuating.
As soon as possible.
Well, it's certainly not for me to decide. I certainly think, based on the behavior recently,
If more people got laid, this wouldn't. There's probably some truth to that.
Yeah.
Because some of the people that I know are like really hardcore conspiracy theorists anyway. There's some I know they're conspiracy theorists that get laid all the time, but then there's some that are like the real hardcore ones. They ain't getting anything. Like, I could just like, you could tell when someone doesn't get laid, if that makes any sense.
What about me?
You're an exception.
I was like, okay.
You're an exception.
I don't want to say how long it's been for me, but I mean, I'm not saying I'm a normal dude, but I keep it together, basically.
Yeah, you're different. You're an exception to the rule, but most people who don't get laid are like, it's almost like they have a neon sign like on their heads. The solution is to get money out of politics. That's 210% correct.
Do you see the potential for the forces to come together?
Did she say horses or forces?
Probably horses.
I'm hoping horses. Horses, that would make me hard if she said horses. If she said forces, it wouldn't stimulate me in any.
And you'd get some horses involved in all this.
Yeah, horses. If they had horses there, it would solve all the problems. Your parents are actually like. I hope a lot of lessons are learned from this. I hope, probably not, because people don't ever learn shit, but it has nothing to do with partisan politics again. Like, we have to have more safeguards in place to make sure you can't keep, like I said before in the stream, you can't keep another Trump from getting elected, but you can keep another Trump from doing this after they're about to get out of office. And there has to be safeguards and laws written that this can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
If Intro Guy were running for presidency, who would he have as VP choice? DSP, Wings of Redemption, Philip Mewson, or his good old friend, the Cucumber? The Cucumber, I'll answer it for you.
Probably just Mrs. Buttergirth.
Mrs. Buttergirth, yeah, she'd be a good VP.
There's a dog that's a mayor of some town.
Is he
for real?
How does that even happen?
There's like one person in the town,
and the dog is the mayor.
I didn't make this up. I don't know I can't remember the details, but you could look it up.
There is a dog. God, man, we're so weird.
Who was saying if President Trump
is that
this
Mitt Romney and
Wiener Boy. Did I say that out loud?
Who's Wiener Boy?
Him.
This dude? Who is he? I don't even know what the fuck he is.
He's like the youngest
questions being raised.
youngest senator or something like that. House he's one of Trump's butt boys.
Is he? Oh no, what is he saying?
Just a moment, because on the floor of the Senate right now is Missouri.
He's from like
who's been one of the leaders
Iowa or something, Kansas. One of those states.
Yeah, Google Fish. I saw you send it to me. It's already being addressed.
Oh, Missouri.
Which is what we saw, unfortunately, attempted tonight. There is no place for that in the United States of America. And that's why I submit to my colleagues that what we're doing here tonight is actually very important. Because for those who have concerns about the integrity of our elections, those who have concerns about what happened in November, this is the appropriate means. This is the lawful place where those objections and concerns should be heard. This is the forum that the law provides for, our laws provide for those concerns to be registered, not through violence, not by appealing from ballots.
But Trump did insinuate it, though. I don't
incited it. Yeah.
We got to get Intro Guy laid. I volunteer as tribute.
Today, an antique ceremony that we've engaged in for a couple of hundred years. I can't say that I agree.
Flattered.
I can't say that our precedents suggest.
CNN updated me on something here.
The opportunity to be heard, to register objections.
Republicans float removing Trump.
Where those objections are to be heard.
Whoa! Hold on.
Debated and finally resolved.
Pause this idiot. Oh, that's a good face to pause him on too. I didn't even mean to do that. It looks like he's busting a nut.
Or something.
Or dump.
Somebody, I could do some Photoshop work with that one.
And apparently the president has mentally lost it and is holding up in his room. Not a joke.
Huh.
All right, anyway, after violent pro-Trump protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, hold on one second. Hold on, we'll go back to this. After violent pro-Trump protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, a growing number of Republican leaders told CNN that they believe Donald Trump should be removed from office before January 20th. No shit! 4 of them called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, and 2 others said the president should be impeached. He has to be impeached and removed, said one current public... Of course, they're not going to say their names because they're... Yep. Chicken. A former senior official said that president's actions were egregious enough to remove him from even with a short time left in his tenure. Man, he's going to have one hell of a legacy, huh? Getting impeached in the last 2 weeks of his fucking presidency.
Yeah.
I think this has to be a huge shock to the system. Why was it a huge... Did they really not expect this to happen with all the shit? You can't hear what I'm saying?
What? Can't hear what TV said?
Yeah, because I paused it. That's why he looks like he's about to bust a nut. I'm reading it. It's something that it's not playing right now, the video. It's not playing. By impeaching and removing Trump, even at this late stage of his term, the Senate could subsequently vote to disqualify Trump from ever holding federal office again. So please fucking do. On the other hand, invoking the 25th Amendment will require Vice President Mike Pence and a majority of the cabinet to vote to remove Trump from office due to his inability to discharge the powers and duties of his office. An unprecedented step. Within minutes of protesters breaching the Capitol, Republicans were revisited the area of removing Trump from office, a choice that nearly all of them passed on making a year ago during, interesting, The forceful denunciations of Trump are also unprecedented. Former President George W. Bush, who has kept a low profile, it's paused, dude. I'll put it back on in a minute, man. Released a strongly worded rebuke Wednesday evening, calling the insurrection at the Capitol a sickening and heartbreaking sight. While not mentioning Trump by name, Bush said he was appalled by the reckless behavior of some of the political leaders since the election and by the lack of respect shown today for our institutions, our traditions, and our law enforcement. Mitt Romney, the Utah senator who was the only Republican to vote to convict the president on an article of impeachment last year, went further, calling the president a selfish man who deliberately misinformed his supporters, I agree, about the election. Romney also called the attack on the Capitol an insurrection and blamed Trump, saying he stirred supporters to action this very morning. Wyoming Republican Representative Liz Cheney, a member of the House leadership, echoed Romney's anger and frustration at Trump. There is no question that the president formed the mob. The president incited the mob. The president addressed the mob, said Cheney to Fox News. He lit the flame. No shit. And Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, an otherwise staunchy ally of Trump's, was unsparing. It's past time for the president to accept the results of the election, quit misleading the American people, and repudiate mob violence. Oh, thank you now for saying it at the 11th hour, you fucking idiot. Other Republicans on Capitol Hill were furious as well. The president needs to call it off. Republican Mike Gallagher, Washington, Republican Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin told CNN's Jake Tapper, call it off. It's over. The election is over. Republican Adam Kinzinger of Illinois dismissed Trump's Wednesday afternoon tweet asking rioters at the Capitol to remain peaceful. That's cowardice, Kinzinger told Tapper. He needs to stand up and say, I lost the election, let the count go ahead. But as Trump seems unlikely to make those concessions, two longtime Republican activists and allies of the White House said the president must go. Pence should move against him on the 25th Amendment, said one. They need to invoke the 25th Amendment immediately, said another. But will they is the question. Sending you guys love from Australia. I hope that you guys are staying safe in these dangerous times. My family members who lived through World War II said stuff like this didn't even happen. I believe it. We can hear you just fine. What are you streaming isn't loud enough. I'm not a troll. I know it's going to be loud enough now. I'm going to,
in this lawful
there you go.
Peacefully.
How's that?
Without violence.
I didn't think you were trolling, bro.
Is he still talking or is that just...
It was paused.
Speaking about it later, a word about Pennsylvania.
I paused it while I was talking and reading.
Oh, so it's not.
Yeah, we're live, but that video is not live.
Oh, okay. I was confused because it said it's live, but it's obviously not because
it's buffered now because I paused it.
Buttfucker.
It's buttfuckered, yes. So thank you from Australia. I appreciate it. So thank you, Preach. I got you, bro. If I got to be careful how much louder I make it, man, because
this is the internet, not the TV.
Passed a whole new law that allows universal mail-in ballot.
Yeah. Mandolin Knuckles, thank you very much.
Pennsylvania Constitution said. And then when Pennsylvania citizens tried to go and be heard on this subject before the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, they were dismissed on grounds of procedure, timeliness.
It's loud enough now? Are you hearing any echo?
So the merits of the case have never been heard.
So that's interesting. If they, even if it isn't, it won't make any difference with him getting out of office on January 20th. If they impeach him, it means he couldn't run again. So it may be worth it.
Yeah.
We can't have this shit again, man. We can't.
That this is the forum.
Lots of echo.
The Supreme Court hasn't heard the case. There's no other court to go to hear the case in the state.
A little echo.
This is the appropriate
really bad echo. So I got to lower it a little bit then.
Which is why I've raised them here today. And I hope that this body will not miss the opportunity.
I had some edibles. I may have a little more though.
Concerns of so many millions of Americans. To say to millions of Americans tonight that violence is never warranted.
Thoughts on Harris being Senate tiebreaker now?
But that this body will act to address the concerns of all Americans across the country. We do need an investigation.
So yeah, we got 2 blue in Georgia, right?
A way forward together. We need election security reforms. I bet my friends on the other
we both need head. I didn't have this designed for that. I have to get like a splitter and get us both headsets.
People from both parties, all walks of life, can have confidence in
It's really that bad, huh? I'll lower it even more. I mean, they're not saying it. If something important comes up, I'll let you know.
just been listening to Senator John Hawley of Missouri, who has been one of the chief Republican members of the Senate.
I don't think, for his political career, I don't think Pence would pardon Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He could avoid another impeach if he steps down.
Supposed to take care of on the real estate.
Loud enough, but slight echo.
They're supposed to be debating objections in Arizona.
Can I get some? I'm feeling stressed and having anxiety. I can't help you with that, boy.
Reported to be planning to object, but he said he was going to object. May indicate that he is going to drop that objection later.
Let me lower it here. I got an idea. It's a there we go. Now the echo should be gone. Mitch won Georgia for the Dems with no. Yeah, that helped too, because he screwed people over. You're right, Noble. So that's better. Okay, good. And we could hear this enough, especially if I turn off the horse. You're a horse.
Turn off your horse.
You're a horse. Giddy up now, you're so luscious. Giddy up now, giddy up now, giddy up now, you're so luscious. Skid up, did up.
You could lead the horse to the seltzer.
But you can't lead a horse to my ass.
Can't make him close the door when he pees.
You can
I don't know. That doesn't even make sense.
I guess I'm the horse. Weed makes my anxiety worse. It does. It doesn't do that to me at all anymore, dude. No matter how much of my medical THC I take, I never get anxiety. Hey, Rich, I know it's late, but just hope you had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I did. I was with my kids, so I can't complain. I'm trying to figure out how to explain to my future kids how we went from our first black president to a man with no experience that embraced the KKK. Yeah, he indirectly did. There's good people on both sides, even though they were running over people with cars. They were tremendous people. Just like my spray tan penis. Did I mention I have a tremendous orange penis? It was one of the biggest respective issues with each of the three big consoles. Series X is, well, the lack of games right now, and the UI looks previous gen. PS5 has a little. Its UI is somewhat buggy. I like it. Its appearance much better. Then it's a nice UI overhaul, complete UI overhaul, and I like it a lot. Sony needs to get the SSD slot up and running, and they need to make it so you could transfer games onto an external drive. But no, man, I thought, besides that, I think I'm pretty impressed with the consoles all around. On a lighter note, getting high on a heroic dosage tonight. Let's go. I think I'm going to get myself a heroic dosage. Garvey says, "Goodbye, horses. I'm flying over you." I have no idea what that means, but you had horses in there, so I'm okay with it. He's secretly a horse. All right, I'm going to give you two options. Can you go get me 2 of my lozenges? And you could stay here, or I could go, and you stay here, and you host.
Why are there only 2 options?
Well, because I want to go get the lozenges, so one of the 2 ways I'm going to get them. You don't have to do it.
You're not the decider.
Okay.
You're not the boss.
All right, so I'm your bitch now. I'm your bitch. What would you like me to do? Which choice would you like for me to do?
Maybe just go get it. And then I'll slowly back out of the room.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, I'll be right back. It's a good-looking man right here, isn't it? It's a good-looking piece of man. Good-looking piece of man. That's my ass, too.
I hope it will be the better. I hope not just this institution, but I hope every American pauses for that moment and thinks among themselves that we can disagree with one another, but not dislike each other. We can respect the voices of others. There's many times we debate on this body, and we should.
Here I
There's
am
many times we
hosting.
can get heated. I still consider Steny Hoyer a very good friend. There's times I get upset. I'll call him at home to express what things I may not see fair or just. But that's the way we should handle things. The majority leader is right. We are all Americans first. But should we also think for a moment, what do we put on social media? What do we convey to one another? Just because you have a personal opinion different than mine, you have a right to say it, but nobody has a right to become a mob. And we all should stand united.
Got a lot of cans.
Condemning the mob together.
A lot of cans, man. Hey, Rich, we get to see a reality version of Olympus Has Fallen. I literally lived 35 minutes from the capital, D.C. in Virginia, and felt the fire. So, I don't know if I could speak to my Trumpet sister again, advocating for civil war on Facebook. Thanks for covering this, Rich. Your name is Unshaven, by the way. Unshaven Caucasian. Really? She's advocating for civil war? How do you guys have such political... How are you so different politically? I always wonder that. Like, how do you have one family member, if you grew up with the same upbringing, how do you have one family member that's like totally one political spectrum, the other on the other side? Like, what could...
Yeah, like my sister and I.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your dad fairly conceded, but even he got off because of this.
And like we both had the same like religious upbringing, and she went one way, and I went the 180 degrees the other way.
Mm-hmm. I don't get it. It's just so crazy. Twitch just removed the PogChamp emote because they thought it was being used to encourage more violence after what happened. See, they go too far.
I will tell you.
Just like they wanted to stop
so it gives us the opportunity to make that happen.
A blind playthrough.
The only thing that can hold us back is the will of one another to do it.
You're no longer, it's offensive, they said, to use the word, like if you're doing a blind playthrough, like you're going to look at a tips guide for a game or a video for a game, people call it a blind playthrough because you're playing through blind. You don't know what's going to happen because you're not watching videos or anything to know what happened. They said that it was offensive to blind people, so they wanted to stop using the word blind playthrough.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. That's where they fucking lose me. That's where the progressives, like, I can't fuck with that, man. If you get that offended by shit, you're missing the point and you're a jackass.
We will not falter. We will not bend.
It's trivial bullshit.
Absolutely.
Let me be very clear. Mobs don't rule.
Your friends at school end up being more important to some than family. My views are largely centered around my friends, not the people who raised me. Okay, so maybe you had different influences. It's like that with it's like that you just said with his family. I demand a recount of how many subs you lost. Oh, we might be hitting 3,000 now. It's okay though.
When Americans go to bed tonight,
I look at it this way. I'm a very opinionated. First off, it's not like I'm getting 969,000 views per video. Not everyone's watching them. Say it lightly. Secondly, those are people that I am a very opinionated guy. I would have lost them anyway, eventually. You know what I mean? Like, eventually I'm going to piss you off. So whether I pissed you off today, or I piss you off 6 months from now, I'm eventually going to piss you off and you're going to leave anyway.
Sorry about that. Not sorry.
Never be sorry for a burp. That was a powerful man burp. I'm surprised a woman just didn't like break through the door and jump on top of you after you burp like that. The ladies should be just sitting on your face right now and want you to burp in them.
Let's show the country.
Imagine that.
That's like a beautiful woman just like, I'm going to sit in your face and you just burp right into her vagina.
If we could think of that, somebody's doing it right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. There is people that get off at getting their vaginas burped into. You know there's women that like...
Somebody out there is...
Oh, man, drink a seltzer and burp in my clam. Regardless of them sexy, he has the nicest thighs on the planet.
We've been listening to
oh, man. I was thinking something disgusting.
I'm an only child of Catholic conservatives. I ended up libertarian. I went to a Catholic school. I know, believe me, I know where you're coming from. All right, I got to give him a political treat. Oh God! All right, move first. I'm not doing it to screw you over. Oh man, that's it. It's just a snapper. It's gone. It's gone. It's just a snapper. It's all right. It's gone already. I'm telling you. Look, it's just a snapper. Just a snapper. I thought it was more.
It's the brown snapper. Well, what would you like, sir? Oh, I love the brown snapper.
Dude, I'm a super sensitive progressive, and I've been here since 2014. So that means you're not as sensitive as you think you are, bro. Or ma'am, I'm not sure. You're not as sensitive as you think, then. Because I'm fairly progressive, but there's some things I can't, like, if blind playthrough offends you, we can't get along. Like, they're stealing my subs. The deep state has a conspiracy against Review Tech USA. Okay,
everything like doesn't have like a 5-word long gutless euphemism for it.
Yeah,
you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, it's just like blind playthrough. Like, are we really getting to that point? Like, that's important with all the shit going on right now.
Handicapped. You can't. That's not a good word anymore either.
Yeah, handicap is
before that it was crippled. You can't call anybody crippled. That's a bad word.
Yeah, I'm here to. Oh, sorry, I'm here to the end of the line, bro. You bring a lot of peace and comfort. Forget those lists. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I just said, I would have. They would have left sometime or another. I would have pissed them off. A live stream would have pissed them off. A video would have pissed them off. Even though I don't really get political in my videos anymore, something would have annoyed them eventually. Because I'm an opinionated prick and I'm not going to change. Like, it's just how it is. Hi, how are you? Do you think they passed the tuner? I don't know. Right now, let's just hope we have a government that stays together to pass anything. Let's just get past that, Jay.
President-elect Biden won the election. President Trump lost. I've had that experience myself. It's no fun. Scores of courts, the president's own attorney general, state election officials, both Republican and Democrat, have reached that
fairly horsed in a second because I had this 5 shots of the spray. I have 2 lozenges in my mouth and a small penis. We're in for a hell of a night.
Some people don't know what you're talking about. They probably think you just went to do heroin. You had
have medical
5 shots of the horse.
Oh yeah, I forgot that horse. That's a slang word for
heroin.
Yeah. Is that offensive? I don't even know.
See, he's not on heroin.
No, I'm not on heroin.
Other opioids.
No, it's all cool. No, Jay, don't even worry about it, man. Don't apologize to me. I'm just saying that, you know, the government's in rough shape right now. On a lighter note, as Mitt Romney's saying things that we've heard 67 times. Oh, I don't even want to show this. Never mind. That would be giving away a trade secret. I can't show that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good vote.
That was Senator Mitt Romney, who has been
new sub.
Republicans to.
After watching your video, what video was getting new subs for your political commentary during live streams? Yeah, I'm sure. Because here's the thing, man. For everyone who's new here, there's 3,500 people here. I actually only expected like 800 tonight, so thank you. In my videos, unless it's like tech or gaming related, I don't go political anymore. I promised way in the past not to go political. I dipped my toe in the water last year for like 1 or 2 videos, and like 60,000 piranhas bit my feet. So I ain't going back down that route. But in my live streams, yeah, political shit comes up. So I just farted again.
I noticed that.
PogChamp was removed because the guy who is the face of the emote was advocating for more violence. Oh, that's a little bit different. If that's the case, I get it. I would want that removed too. If that's the case, I didn't even know there was. I thought PogChamp was just an emote. I don't really watch Twitch streams, to be honest with you. Why did you put me in a timeout? I didn't put anyone in a timeout, dude. I haven't even touched the fucking mouse, except to like move it to this screen and press play again. Unfortunately, I think Biden's time in office will be wasted on dealing with these rebels. I don't think they're going to shut up. But I don't think. But here's the thing, though. If he has the Senate and he has the House, he'll be able to pass some shit. But will he pass anything they want to pass, like Medicare for all or anything? No, he doesn't want that. At best, we may get a garbage public option, which is still better than nothing, but I ain't ever running for politics, man.
Also, White House Deputy Press Secretary
Don't be suck us.
There are some reports, we haven't confirmed all of them, but there
Don't
are some reports that
toe a party line, use independent thought, and be independent.
There are also reports that Elaine Chao,
That's the best thing you can do, man. Don't switch to another party.
wife of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who delivered a blistering speech
Who is
against President Trump's rhetoric and his claims. She is also possibly thinking about leaving. And what we see really is a White House that is now bleeding staffers, that is filled with people who have looked at President Trump's actions today, and I should say his inaction, his inability to come before cameras to really have a robust...
But what am I looking at? That's horrifying.
And say they can no longer work at this White House. And I should also note that as all of this is happening, you're now seeing social media...
I don't know exactly what libertarian beliefs are in terms of...
Twitter has said that they're going to lock his account for 12 hours and possibly permanently ban him because he's continuing to spread disinformation. Facebook has also said that he will not be able to post for 24 hours. He's also being locked out of Instagram. So all of
Sister is also anti-vax. Dude, does she have a significant other that maybe turned her to that? Because I know some people that happens. Like, it's sad. I know some men and women that want to just appease their significant other, so they have their political viewpoints, even though they don't really. I know they don't really believe in them. It's just like, all right, my wife is like that, so I'm like that. All right, my husband is like that, so I'm like that.
What are you hearing? What kind of reporting?
Does she have like a significant other? Like I said.
There were groups urging
I'm back, boys. Had to drive it. That's just someone said to describe my sister. I know people that are like that. Like, well, my husband's like that, so you know, that'll make him happy. See, the thing is, as much as I'm open-minded about politics, if like someone believed all this shit and was happy with what was happening, I'd break up with them.
Yeah.
Like if they were saying, yeah, we need a civil war and all that, but like, you gotta go. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you know, it was fun getting laid, but you gotta go. You know.
I know of somebody whose spouse was like crying tears of joy when Obama got elected, and then like changed so much that you want to be a Trump supporter.
Because look at the hypocrisy that was Obama. And that's what happens. Like, I don't go like, oh, Obama disappointed me, so I'm going to go totally in the opposite direction. Like, no, think objectively. It's about policy, not about a party. But Obama said he was going to go after the bankers after the crash. Didn't do it. Obama, in the 2012 National Defense Authorization Act, put a clause in there that if they consider you a terrorist, they could lock you up without a trial. He did that on New Year's Eve 2011 going into 2012 because no one was paying attention. Obama didn't do really virtually anything to regulate Wall Street. So people voted for him because remember his whole thing was one word, change. Where's that change? Your wife is anti-vax, Natasha? Oh no.
Astonishing at the very least.
Oh no.
There are people saying the president would
So
do anything to hold
people who voted for that change and just got the same shit were like, fuck this. And they saw that, and that's why I understood why a lot of people voted for Trump. And I don't hold that against. Most people who voted for him aren't doing what these fucking weirdos were doing out here. Virtually all of them don't do that. Because they were like, look, I need something different. Obama promised change. He wasn't changed. We know sure as fuck Hillary Clinton ain't going to be changed. All right, this guy spray tans himself and has a weird comb over. I'm going to vote for him. And it didn't work. But if they still, like, if they're still, here's how you could go for someone who was just, let's try Trump, I'll vote for him, from a Trump voter to a MAGA cultist. If they see this shit and agree with it, then they're fucking gone. You know? My sister's spouse is pro-riot and she won't leave. Anti-vax is... Yeah, I kind of agree. What are your thoughts on Sidney Powell Linwood's gradual descent into madness? He's just getting paid $50,000 a day. He doesn't give a fuck. He would sell his soul to the devil because he's a piece of shit. Sidney Powell's fucking insane. Probably also very corrupt as well.
someone to
Don't know too much about Linwood.
that, but he also wanted real mayhem. He wanted this to be chaotic. He wanted this to be
I mean,
a melee. He wanted
Sidney Powell is so fucked up that even
upended and to stop
Rudy, remember Rudy Giuliani? We're for some reason, Dan always said that. Rudy. That even Giuliani's like, yeah, she's not Trump's special counsel. She's not Trump's lawyer. Like, she's too fucking nuts even for me. And I had fucking hair grease dripping down my head when I was at and I did a press conference accidentally in between a sex shop and a lawn care place. Like, yeah, she's more fucked than me. Like, no, we stop it at her.
But that there's all sorts of photos and videos. So even though people have not been arrested tonight, they could be.
Oh my God. How did that happen with Rudy, man? I watched something and it's still like, how did he go from America's mayor to being this fuck? Like, it's just so strange. The money must be, I mean, he's a multimillionaire and he's good.
Few arrests there have been given the mayhem. But
Although I voted for Trump, attacking the Capitol and rioting isn't how things will change. You can protest but not riot. I agree. Both sides are corrupt and political parties divide the country. 110%. 110%.
Mayhem. He wanted there to be a melee, which means he didn't.
No, Bill Clinton did a lot of deregulating too.
Deregulation.
NAFTA.
Your comment a few minutes ago when you said
NAFTA let jobs go overseas.
To do whatever it takes to hold on to power. I mean, there are a number of people.
He also stuck a cigar in someone's vagina.
But to hear you say that there are people
He literally did. It's not even like literally that. Like, think about it. All comedy aside, that's what he went. Oh, I'm really horny right now. Let me just shove this in your pussy. Hey, Monica Lewinsky's pretty good looking. Yeah, just saying. She's still pretty good looking to this day.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
She's kind of nice, man. She's kind of thick with a C. She's good looking.
Out of control. These are people who have stood by the president, who are now seeing him.
Oh yeah, the Glass-Steagall Act. Okay, Google. What is the Glass-Steagall Act?
Immigrants come to America to try
According to Wikipedia,
Stop telling me, please. I didn't want to know. The Glass-Steagall legislation describes 4 provisions
of his country or her country, and now we're seeing on U.S. soil
the Glass-Steagall Act was repealed. The Glass-Steagall Act was reenacted in 1933. In 1999, after decades of incremental changes to the operation as well as significant shifts in the structure of the financial service industry, Glass-Steagall was partially repealed by the Graham-Lee-Bliley Act.
That's why you hear people around the president.
Now, what was Glass-Steagall? The Glass-Steagall describes 4 provisions. The article 93 banking. I'll read it right now. The Glass-Steagall legislation describes 4 provisions of the United States Banking Act of 1933 separating commercial and investment banking. The Article 1933 Banking Act describes the entire law, including the legislative history of provisions covered herein.
I don't want anybody else to get hurt, but he, as you said, he goes on to praise them and to say that they're good people, special people.
He was another one about deregulating, man. Yeah. That was repealed and partially repealed in 1999.
And in an historic move, taken down the Capitol, in effect. I mean,
yeah, the other part of the stream right now, someone copyright claimed it. It didn't do a strike to my account, but it was taken down.
And again, putting themselves.
I may just end up fucking removing both videos. Not really want to.
Now has led to the death of one woman.
You were born in 1999. I was 18 in 1999. I'm old.
It was something we knew that there would be anger today, Yamiche. We knew there were people who had come to Washington frustrated.
There's a lot that's still great about America, but a lot of things need to be fixed.
They've accepted the idea that something went wrong in the election, but I don't think anyone expected that this was going to happen, that they were going to take over the Capitol.
Why did no one expect it? Why is everyone saying that? How does no one expect? She just said it too. Why did no one expect this to happen? I didn't see it coming out of. You didn't see it coming out of no. You didn't. It came out of nowhere. I saw this coming from 2017. 2015 actually. If you see what's on my Facebook post. Like, I didn't see this coming.
Lisa pulled together.
Like, no, you did. You did. No, yeah. It's all right.
I was about to use that as a footrest.
You expect there to be more objections to other.
Did you see that
intro guy was about to use my PlayStation 5 as a footrest? How do you feel about that?
That's right. That's the critical question. Judy,
Somebody sent me this thing that Anita, sweet Anita,
yeah,
like
she took the Switch,
ticked through a Switch.
Yeah, she said something funny about the Switch too. That was, I felt bad too. Like she was just like, oh shit. Seltzer is a great American pastime. You're damn right, man. Seltzer and medical marijuana, baby.
Designated to object to the remaining states, Pennsylvania and Georgia.
I have it. I didn't say that wasn't my choice to take it down. Who wrote that? Rami. Someone copyright claimed it and it was taken down. What didn't put a strike on my account. What I'm doing is YouTube has an auto trimming feature where the copyrighted piece of the video, they just cut it out. Will that save it? I don't know. There's nothing, I can't do anything. When you do live streams, like this is why I don't do live streams where I stream events. Like even like the Game Awards, because they always get fucking claimed.
My reading is that it is unlikely that we will have further objections after this one.
Intro guy was going to rest his foot on my PS5, on my PS5 horse. This son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
I think the Senate should be getting pretty close.
Why don't you just rest your balls on it? Just that would be safer. Just put your sack on it. I'll take a picture and put it on my OnlyFans. Dude, you know how many views, you know how many clicks you get if you put your balls on a PlayStation 5?
Drag my taint right across.
And because it has the shiny plastic, you would see like your ball grease across the top of it. That would be hot.
My balls aren't greasy.
Yeah, but you still have, you don't have to be greasy. Like your fingers have oils on them. Your balls have oils on them too. Ball oil. Boil. It's boil.
Yeah. I think what I'm getting at here is that I'm starting to see hopes for a horizon.
I'm not a young'un, I'm 32.
Of course, we still need to confirm that there will be no further objections, but
so
my reading is
this is, like I said before, and I'll say it again, this has been a build-up. This has nothing to do with party. This has been a build-up from corruption on both major Democratic parties. I know there's other parties too, for a very long time. Ignorant people like to pretend problems don't exist, of coming up with a solution. A generation of politicians don't care what happens. And the problem is too, is that you have a lot of people that have no idea. And look, I'm not a political major. I didn't go to school for political science, you know, and like guys like Kyle Kalinske could wipe the floor with my political knowledge. He has more political knowledge and a pimple on his ass cheek than I do in my entire brain. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize what's fundamentally wrong. And until money gets out of politics, this cycle is going to keep happening and happening and happening because money corrupts.
We need to look at as a body. He said something.
Rich, what honestly you think will happen on 120? You mean, right? That's when the inauguration happens. Let's move to Australia or UK. They believe in more Democrat. Yeah, but they don't have legal marijuana there in any way, shape, or form. Not even medical. I mean, there's more important things than that. But I think Trump may be building that wall.
With this kind of a problem, a historic crisis at the
Then he built the wall to keep fucking people in. Are you peeing? Can I watch?
And he has put out statements condemning the violence today.
I'll take that as a yes.
I watched you doesn't mean you can watch me. That's not how this works.
It is how it works.
One other thing, Judy, you were talking to Yamiche and great reporting on what's going on in the White House, which is also eye-popping. Here, there are the beginnings of conversations. I've had a few sources
I'll have to listen to that later.
Saying they're trying to weigh.
So that thing with PogChamp, if he was condoning violence about what happened today, then yeah, I could see why they were removed. That's different. But getting rid of blind playthrough because it might offend people, fucking seriously. I am always going to build the most tremendous wall. I'm about to piss when the intro guy comes back.
His ideas and the ideas of people who came to this Capitol that are erroneous, that there's a plot against this president. Now,
yeah, that was a good move on Twitch. Now that I know the context behind it, that was a good move.
Discussion right now, and of course, Congress does not have.
Rich, cover tech and games. No one's interested in this, except the fact that I have 3 times more people here than I usually do. I usually have like around 900 to 1,000. Yes, no one's interested in this.
All of Washington is kind of.
What is who sent me something here? Ah.
Quietly for now, I don't know how slowly it'll go. It feels like it's moving quickly, but it could slow down again.
Well, no question, a lot of Washington conversation around that, and as you mentioned,
Sorry about that.
closeness between the Capitol
Unstoppable 420.
cabinet. No closer relationship, I think.
Sexually scream. You didn't even have to pay me for that one. Absolutely. Unstoppable. Thank you. Solid Crusader. I want to fix my country, not move to a different one. If it gets that, if like the American government fell, then yeah, I'd be out of here. Well, it is called Review Tech USA. Are you sure?
Challenging issues of racial and social justice. I hope we will learn from what happened today.
No one cares anymore? Tell that to the over 3,200 people that are here, bro. I got an iPhone 12 mini and I like it a lot. Much better still camera than the Note 20. Note 20 is good, but I expected a lot more for the price of the phone. Well, it's...
Wrote, a lady asked Dr. Franklin, well, doctor, what have we got? A republic or a monarchy? A republic, replied Dr. Franklin.
Smoke weed every day.
My colleagues, this
Intro horse is back. Intro horse is back. He has a nutsack. What's the matter, Adam? I'm trying to be as fair as I humanly can be here. As a horse. As a man can be. The nipple hypnotist. Oh no.
Many times my state has been the problem.
Oh my god, Googlefish just sent me himself shitting.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Well, I sent you myself shitting. Yeah, that was violent.
Tim and I.
As a country, we really need to stop pointing fingers and just have a conversation discussing ways to fix our problems. That's true. I absolutely agree with that. My ringtone is the 8-bit Konami pause sound from games like Castlevania and Contra.
Why did South Carolina, Florida, and Louisiana do it?
And I agree, Nuke Strikes. Anyone saying nobody is interested in this is either a goddamn fool or a bad actor. Even foreign countries are wondering what the fuck is going on right now. And look, like I said, I'm not going to become Review Politics USA. Like I said, I tried a little bit last year and it went violently not well. Not violent. There was no violence, but we didn't go over well. So the only time I'll bring it up, like in videos, is if there's something where there's politics to talk about, if it involves gaming or tech. But yeah, the streams are going to go there sometimes. Like, and with something like this, that's like I had news today, and my editor's like, dude, that's a bigger thing. Like, fuck the news. Go live stream. And I'm like, yeah, good point. So you're right, Pyro Fist. I'm not really here for politics. I'm just here for the amazing jokes against the corrupted politics. And you're here for the farts, too. I'm going to fart if you want to stand near the door.
Well, that's a good time for me to stand near the door and walk through it.
You better be coming back, though.
How late are you streaming?
For like another half hour.
I just think it's a uniquely bad idea to delay this.
Oh, they're not loud farts. They're not loud.
We've had a hell of a journey.
They're not loud farts.
Oh my God, I hate it. From my point of view, he's been a consequential president. But today...
God, look how unstable that we look, man. It's not funny. It's really disturbing. And I
tried to be helpful. But when the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled 4-3 that they didn't violate the Constitution of Wisconsin...
Trump told me people he banned Pence's chief of staff from the Pence wing. The cabinet discussing about invoking the 25th. Because now that I found out, I didn't know this, but now that I found out that the 25th Amendment would mean he can't run again, yeah, I think it's worth it. Oh, that fart would have been loud. That fart would have been loud. That would have been powerful. MXM Carnage, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that.
Even though I don't agree with it. Fraud. They say there's
how crazy would that be if they invoked it?
Under 18 voted.
Hell of a time, man.
I asked, give me 10, and I had 1. They said
my farts are lemon flavor.
In prison, in
oh, of course, we'll get past it, but it's not going to happen quick.
Does that say there's There's problems in every election.
What is he? I'm not even paying attention to what Lindsey Graham is saying.
We got to end it. Vice President Pence, what they're asking you to do, you won't do because you can't.
The stream died. It didn't die for me.
Talk about
My live still?
I associate myself with Rand Paul. How many times will you hear that? The mob has done something nobody else could do.
All right, it's fine. It's fine.
Get me and Rand to agree. Rand is right. If you're a conservative,
Really, intro guy's not coming back. I got to use the little boys' room.
that a single person could disenfranchise.
I hit the live button. I'm good.
People. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and the House of Representatives,
What's
open
going
all
on here?
certificates, and the vote shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be president. Where in there does it say Mike can say, I don't like the results?
Hold on 1 second.
I want to send them back to the states. I believe there was fraud. To the conservatives who believe in the Constitution, now's your chance to stand up and be counted. Originalism, count me in. It means what it says. So, Mike, Mr. Vice President, just hang in there. They said we can count on Mike. All of us can count on the Vice President. You're going to do the right thing. You're going to do the constitutional thing. You got a son who flies F-35s. You got a son-in-law who flies F-18s. They're out there flying so that we can get it right here. There are people dying, to my good friend from Illinois, to make sure we have a chance to argue among ourselves. And when it's over, it is over. It is over. The final thing, Joe Biden. I've traveled the world with Joe. I hoped he lost. I prayed he would lose. He won. He's the legitimate president of the United States. I cannot convince people.
Oh, yeah, I agree, Gummy.
But I will tell you by my actions.
He was a Trump bootlicker, too. But you're going to see a lot of people now. I'm going to take intro guy's chair if he's gone. You're going to see a lot of people now
Kamala Harris are lawfully elected.
who are, doesn't matter what, they're going to jump his ship so hard. I don't think the GOP can recover from this. Too many of their supporters have been brainwashed by Trump and his antics. But where does the scary thing is, where does that lead to, man?
I yield back the balance of our time.
Where does that lead to?
All time has expired.
Intro guy's nuts on the PS5 Turbo Express. You're a legend.
Submitted by the gentleman from Arizona, Mr. Gosar, and the senator from Texas, Mr. Cruz, and others, be sustained.
What the fuck is going on here?
Is there a second? There is. Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Bennett. Mrs. Blackburn.
Why does he take off his mask to talk? He's another one of those people.
Mr. Blunt.
Aside from Bowser and Ganondorf, what other Nintendo characters does Trump embody? Also, in what ways is Pence better than Trump, in your opinion?
Mr. Braun.
As much as he's way too conservative for me, basically almost a religious zealot in some ways.
Mr. Burr.
Like, just, it's like a character, perfect thing to show that he has better, like, he showed himself getting the vaccine.
Mrs. Capito.
Trump would never do that.
Mr. Carton.
Ever.
Mr. Carper. Mr. Casey.
No, you can't fix the country with duct tape, bro.
Cassidy.
Ain't happening.
Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons. Mr. Cornyn. Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton.
Trump looks like the Lord from Superman.
Mr. Kramer.
God. You're bringing up some old memories with me, man.
Mr. Cruz. Mr. Daines. Ms. Duckworth. Mr. Durbin.
Are they voting to see if anyone wants to?
We are listening to a vote on the objection that was raised by Senator Cruz and House members to counting the electoral vote from the state of Arizona. So far, the only no that I've heard, or yes, I should say, the only yes I've heard to sustaining this objection is Senator Cruz himself. Other Republican senators who came into this process supporting
Well,
the idea
you know what
of
Cruz's. All right, let's play 4D chess. You know what Cruz's angle is, right?
others so far have said
You know what Ted Cruz's angle is, right?
no.
He probably wants to run for something, maybe even president in 2024. So he wants to be seen the hero
Mr. Hickenlooper.
that stood up to tyranny, so he'll get those votes in 2024. It's probably going to bite him in the ass, though. That's why he's doing it.
Smith. Mr. Inhofe. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Kane. Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you nailed it, Jonathan.
Mr. King. Ms. Klobuchar. Mr. Langford. Mr. Leahy.
Why Rand Paul was going along with this bullshit too?
Mr. Lee. Mrs. Leffler. Mr. Lujan. Ms. Lummis. Mr. Manchin.
Yeah, Melania's gonna get the fuck out of Dodge, man. Hell yeah.
Mr. Marshall.
She's gonna get the fuck out of Dodge.
Mr. McConnell.
He'll get. I don't think he'll win anything, but he'll get votes. He's hoping that this will be able to like.
Mr. Merkley.
What he's probably hoping is that like the Trump wave will increase,
Ms. Murkowski.
and he'll have enough of a votership
Mr. Murphy.
in 2024.
Mrs.
That's what I'm betting.
Murray. Mr. Paul. Mr. Peters. Mr. Portman.
I may have to piss in a second.
Mr. Reed. Mr. Risch. Mr. Romney. Ms. Rosen.
Play a little bit to do bass lines and stuff for the. I have another instrumental that's done. I just have to mix it down because it's way too compressed right now.
Rubio. Mr. Sanders. Mr. Sass.
What a shit show today,
Mr.
man.
Schatz.
All right, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Mr. Schumer. Mr. Scott of Florida. Mr. Scott of South Carolina. Mrs. Shaheen. Mr. Shelby. Ms. Sinema. Ms. Smith. Ms. Stabenow. Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Tester. Mr. Thune. Mr. Tillis. Mr. Toomey. Mr. Tuberville. Mr. Van Hollen. Mr. Warner. Ms. Warren.
I'm so glad we're getting this done, though.
Mr. Wicker.
And this didn't totally gum up the works because it's just, we need to get this shit over with and move the fuck on. Yeah, and I hope they do. This can't happen again. He's fucking nuts. This can't. It's too much. There would have to be a lot of money for that, man. Especially after this now. I think if anyone tries to storm the Capitol, they're getting shot. That's another concern, too. Because obviously, there's a lot of angry people. And there's a lot of people. Donald Trump is dangerous. He can't run for office again.
They are counting the votes in the Senate on the objection to accepting the vote count, the electoral vote count from the state of Arizona. We're about to hear the call of the chair. There clearly was a majority against accepting the objection, but let's hear what the numbers are.
Like, imagine, we were wrong. They're going to object to the election and have a
senators we heard who accept the objection are some of the original group of objectors. They include Senator Cruz of Texas, Hyde Smith of Mississippi, Senator Kennedy of Louisiana, Senator Marshall of Kansas, Senator Tuberville of Alabama, Senator Hawley of Missouri.
and they're all doing it to cater to their base.
But we'll see.
Juicy Booch, thank you for coming through.
I couldn't of Oklahoma. I couldn't hear his vote. The question so many of us have now is once the Arizona vote is determined in both the Senate and the House, will there be objections to the votes in other states, electoral votes? And if there are, will that lead to an extended debate? We're seeing a report that Senator Hawley of Missouri will object to Pennsylvania.
Who, Trump, you mean? No, I agree.
Drawn out debate that we are seeing now, 2 hours for each chamber and so on. But we will see. It looks as if they're checking on some of the votes here before they call the total.
This could take a minute.
Unusual day in the Congress, tumultuous day in the Congress.
Unusual day? You think?
It is a little after 10 o'clock at night Eastern time. The Congress is back in session, carrying out what they started to do early this afternoon when they went into session to begin to formally count the electoral votes from all 50 states and the District of Columbia, knowing the plan in mind was for some Republicans to object and for there to be a breakout sessions, in effect, for both the House and the Senate, where they would go off and debate these objections. You see the video we are showing you now, the right, the Senate chamber, as we wait for the vote to be announced, and the left, the House.
Sorry, 1 second.
Is continuing its debate on Arizona. They have not finished their 2 hours yet.
As I've seen it, only the most experienced and independent judges appear to have recognized what was afoot. In the Fourth Circuit, dissenting judges Wilkinson and Agee said,
trying to make sure that we are listening when they announce the vote in the Senate, where Vice President Mike Pence is presiding. Vice President Pence, under a lot of pressure today from President Trump, who he served very loyally, to do something, anything, to stop this electoral vote count from going forward. But the Vice President announced earlier today he was not going to do that. He was going to stick to his constitutional role, which is simply to preside over these proceedings, not to interfere, not to attempt.
I'm just listening in what's going on.
Send these votes back to the states, which is what President Trump was asking him to do. This may be the vote. This may be the vote count coming now. Let's see. Lisa Desjardins, you are watching this with me. We don't want to miss when they announce the vote result. Maybe you can read the body language better.
All America had to do was elect JoJo.
They're handing pieces of paper around the tables at the front of the chamber.
That's right. This is unusual because, you know, usually what's happening is you're waiting for one senator or two senators who haven't voted yet. I don't think that that's the case. And I'm looking off to the side, which is where my monitor is of the floor. And I'm looking to see if you're waiting for the clerk to pass up a note to the vice president. And it looks like it's happened.
Here we go.
On this vote, the yeas are 6, the nays are 93. The objection is not sustained. The Secretary will notify the House of the action of the Senate, informing that body that the Senate is now ready to proceed to joint session with further counting of the electoral vote.
Color me shocked.
And Vice President. Majority Leader.
Mr. President. So, colleagues, here's where we are. We have a few more speakers now as we wait for the House to finish their debate and vote. We expect the House to finish voting on Arizona between 11:30 and midnight. I ask unanimous consent the Senate be in a period of morning business with the following senators permitted to speak therein for up to 5 minutes each. Senator Toomey, Senator Rubio, Senator Collins.
And on our side, Senators Wyden, Hirono, and Coons.
Yes, I got them all in my left pocket. That's I could have saved Trump's presidency. Actually, I have the votes in my ass right now. 0 TMS, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The Senate be in a period of morning business with the following senators permitted to speak therein for up to 5 minutes each. Toomey, Rubio, Collins.
Wyden, Hirono, and Coons.
Why do they have to take their, like, I could speak perfectly fine and you hear me perfectly with a mask on. I don't understand.
So what we heard Vice President Pence announce, excuse me, one of my producers is talking to me. Excuse me, I was, what I was starting to say was that the Senate, what we've heard the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell say, after Vice President Pence announced the results of the vote, which is essentially to...
No, I don't remember that, Splatown. I don't remember that.
The objection to...
Remember Trump had a whole speech about how hard it was walking down a ramp? No, I don't.
The vote was 93 against the objection to 6-4 in favor of the objection, which is a significant reduction. Originally, there were about 13 Republican senators who said they were prepared to support objections. That was reduced to 6 after the events of today, the assault on the Capitol, the violence, and again, ultimately, the death of a woman who was apparently one of the protesters. And what we just quickly...
It's time to bring this home. I'll make my screen big. So, look, I know many of you are still going to be in the camp of, not many of you, but there's a portion of you, I should say, that are in the camp of partisan politics and all that. But if you, like, there was no way today that I could have just ignored this and talk about that maybe Microsoft, that was the news I was going to do until I really knew what the fuck was going on. This was the news I was going to do, where I was going to talk about how Microsoft may be implementing some of the same features as the DualSense. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about this right now. I don't care about, like, I couldn't, like, when I first saw this happening, I'm like, I can't even think straight. Like, how, like, this isn't important. This isn't important. And I swear to you that I'm not going to make my channel about politics, like I said 30 times throughout this stream. But shit like this needs to be discussed, man. And I'm not trying to virtue signal. I'm not trying, but this was an unprecedented moment that could have had huge consequences. As flawed as my government is, all the major political parties are, and as much as there's corruption, the entire system was almost torn down today. And everyone's like, but Rich, what about Antifa and BLM and the riots? And I'm not condoning riots. I don't want to see someone's business, family-run business, get destroyed. I don't want to see stores broken into. Like, what the fuck is you stealing a jacket from a store have to do with what happened to George Floyd? Of course I'm against all that. But this was literally a group of people trying to overthrow our government today. Trying to overthrow our government. Like, we could have went into complete chaos, like martial law, today it could have started a second fucking civil war. I'm not going to sit here and talk about my smartphone while that's going on. So for the majority of you, and I'll stay on for a little bit more. Fuck else I got to do right now. So for the majority of you who understood that, thank you. For the people that left, here is the thing that, like I said this before too. See, I wasn't that big tonight. I remember what I said. Is that, okay, I understand. I don't come to this channel to watch this. I don't come to this channel to watch that. And if I was making political videos all the time, I get it. But it was 2 videos today, which one was taken down by a copyright troll. Luckily, it wasn't struck down, but it's blocked in all countries. And this stream. You can't just not watch them. And so that's why I don't care. Because if that little thing is gonna piss you off, you eventually were gonna leave anyway. There's plenty of channels, and look, and someone made a good point. Like, I'm not trying to knock anybody if they want to avoid this shit at all costs. I get it. But I know a good majority of them, it would have been weird to, thank you, Natasha. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, how do you just ignore that and go, hey guys, I'm going to review this Quip toothbrush today while the world's fucking burning around me? Like, come on, man. This is something that had to be discussed. And if me doing 2 streams talking about this pissed you off that much, you were going to leave anyway. So that's why I still streamed it. And like I said, to the majority of you, first and foremost, again, that understood how insane, frightening, and angering this was, and how much this was unprecedented, who understood why I streamed it. Thank you for being you. And for people that don't agree with me politically but still have respect for my opinions, I see a lot of those people in the chat and super chat. Thank you too. Zero TMS, thank you for the super chat. I think I mentioned you before, but I'll mention you. Remember Trump had a whole speech about how hard it was walking down a ramp? I don't remember that. I think I answered that before. This seriously is one of the scariest moments in our history. I'm still stunned this happened. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew this was going to happen, but still it was scary to watch. I'm proud of your weight loss. Thank you very much. I lost 390 pounds myself. Look my name up on Google. It's a long story. Brian Fleming. Yes, I will copy and paste that right now so I don't forget it. Oh, these are my stories I was going to do. I literally, I have my notepad full of stories today that I was going to do. It's a long story. I lost a ton of followers when it came out against Trump, and I don't regret it one bit. Proud of you. Thank you very much. That's why I'm saying, I'm going to piss, even if I lost 10,000 subs, I'm going to piss those people off anyway. So whether they leave in a bunch right now or left over a year, they're going to leave anyway. So remember all the things Trump supporters told us, Antifa and being Trump supporters did those very things today. And with virtual cops were putting their arms, taking selfies with some of the protesters. Imagine if BLM broke into the Capitol. Do you think they'd be putting their arms and taking selfies? What a fucking joke, man. And you thought 2020 was a crazy year. Well, now we got a more virulent strain out of South Africa of COVID-19 that all the like Regeneron and stuff may not work with. How could someone just ignore this? I'm Canadian, and this is still a big deal and it needs to be addressed, but people want you to. Because I guess if they see this video and it's MXM, what it's about is, I don't like what you have to say. It makes me uncomfortable, so I have to run from it. Because you could just not click on my stream, The Coup. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't like my take, just keep scrolling. There's plenty of videos by plenty of content creators that I watch that I'm like, I don't care about that, or I don't want to see it. It's not that I'm not afraid of someone else's opinion, but I don't watch the video. But there's people that, like, it's because it's not about stick to tech. It's about don't say something I don't want to hear. I'm sure there's exceptions like, yeah, this is a tech channel, I didn't subscribe for this. But most people, when they say stick to one thing, it's don't say something that will offend me or piss me off or make me uncomfortable. Because if you do, I can't, I gotta run. Why do you think there's so many echo chamber channels? Why do you think there's so many channels that the echo chambers, they blow up? Because people want to hear one thing. And they get the one thing. Those are grifters. Grifting is real. They don't, and the grifting is strong. Grifting, they don't give a fuck, man. It's like, hey, I'm making money. I don't care. I don't care if my country implodes. I'll be a millionaire. I'll move overseas. Optimus Prime for president 2020. Who the fuck, man? This will permanently make the GOP party look bad. The Republicans better make a decision. Are they for Trump or for democracy? At this point, if they want to save their asses, they need to run fucking screaming from Trump. Problem is, we are in the middle of a constant crossfire of the media, and social media is our enemy because they're amplifying a lot of this. That's true. But it's kind of like this was an inevitable point anyway, though. You're not like, social media is just a podium for people just to spew their toxic ideologies quicker. Hitler, there wasn't Twitter around when Hitler came to power, so it could still happen. Now it's just kind of, I could put a tweet out and get to thousands of people and you know, tell them that the COVID vaccine will make your penis inverted. It won't, but then there'll be tens of thousands of people that may believe that. As I'm pouring seltzer on my crotch. Oh, it's hitting my balls now. That's okay. People don't understand how much this is possible. We've changed our own living. Not out of the woods yet, so cover this as much as possible. I'll see what happens tomorrow, man. I don't know if I want to... I feel like Russia is using social engineering to stir unrest. They're not the only ones, though. Politics by binding us with red and blue, just like South American... I don't know that much about South America, but thanks for keeping it real, not backing down, for saying what you felt needed to be said. Most American thing I've seen in a while. I knew today it wasn't going to be pop. I mean, I knew I was going to probably get viewership. I thought this second stream was just going to be like a normal stream. Where I get like around 1,100 or 1,000 people watching, but yeah, there's a lot of people that are concerned about this, man. You know, gaming news can wait a day. It can wait a day. Oh, man. Well, all right, it's getting that time. I think, actually, I'll stay on a little bit more. I'll stay on a little bit more. You can't see my watery balls, can you? No, you can't. Well, kill me was the White House members tweeting about this, telling them to stop. Yeah, right. Like the protesters are looking at their phones. Some were, but yeah, like here, like could we make it that tweeting, a politician tweeting all the time is not the way they should address? Like, weren't there people tweeting at Trump today to ask him to say something to stop this? Like, it shouldn't have to happen through Twitter. Oh my God. Like, I don't know what the fuck you call today, but it wasn't the revolution. And now that I know if they invoke the 25th and it keeps Trump out of office, I hope they do. But here's the thing, though, is that some other fake populist will come up with the same ideologies as Trump, who will have the mental capacity. Trump is a fucking idiot. That's why he could have put people in place and moles in place all over the government so he could have made the coup happen. He could have made the coup happen and slid right in, but he's too stupid. But what happens when the next man or woman who is elected, who wants to do the same thing Trump is doing, but they're smarter, and they do put whatever they need to put in place so they could become a dictator? You got to do something, man. Should I get Trump back on PlayStation? I mean, try me, Trump. I really crave because I had anger of that we could not change our online. Should I get him back? Try me, Trump. What do you mean, dude? I'm not even like, you mean your gamer tag? Country over any politician. Yeah, of course. Thanks for the streams. Totally, man. Really annoying that they copyrighted part 1. Yeah, hopefully because the automated system is just going to trim out the stuff that was copyrighted. It may just stay down, though. What the fuck am I going to do? Why do you think I don't... Oh, Rich, stream this game event. Rich, stream... Well, like, it's so fucking pointless to stream them. I mean, look, the revenue that comes in from today, like today, was great. The revenue was fantastic, and I appreciate everyone... everyone that supported the show. But a lot of times, yeah, okay, it would bring, but it's just, every time I do it, man, I get a claim. Doesn't get me a strike, but I get a claim all the fucking time. Hey, Rich, I know that you're not religious, especially the theory of Trump being it, but I just hope you understood the reason of my theory, and I think some here can see why from today's... Yeah, but he's also too stupid. If you want to go from religious perspective, he's too much of a dumbass to be the Antichrist, too. I disagree entirely with what you did today. You should have streamed from the other desk. Well played, but it was easier to have the news on this desk, man. Don't worry, the other desk for streams is staying. Will we have another civil war at some point? It could very well happen. Trump's Twitter is locked. I know, they locked it. Yep. They locked it. I don't want to say I hope it's taken down, because then that kind of goes against my own principles, because I don't like silencing somebody. And here's the reality of it. The fucking idiots that he brainwashed already are already brainwashed. If you take them off of Twitter, that's gonna fortify them even more. But at the same time, maybe you could save lives so he can't say fucking stupid things that make people enraged and make them go out and do crazy things that may possibly get them shot. So, yeah. Devin Lida, thank you for the super chat. Captain Star Chaser, thank you, everybody. The people that support the show here, and you guys know the only time I ever ask for a super chat, if someone's like, hey, Rich, I want to see your nips for a half an hour. You know the meme, you know the deal. And I explain why I do that with that. But I never ask for support. I never beg anyone to become members. I never do any of that stuff. It's because of you that come here and support this show that I can have the balls to talk about things like this. I'll keep it real with you, because this shit, I mean, I still have sponsors, but this shit makes sponsors nervous. Hold on one second. It scares sponsors. It scares them. Of course he did. They look, they want a government they can hold on to power too. Like if our system collapses, they ain't gonna have anything to aspire to anyway, of course. Did Ted Cruz ever back down on objecting? I don't know. All I know is that he's doing this for his own fucking political gain. He's hoping that there'll be enough of a base in 2024 that still are in the MAGA fucking cult that will come out and vote for him, that are totally buying into this bullshit. They're hoping. So he's hoping that if he keeps them around, that 2024 they may get me into being president. That's what he's worried about. That's what Cruz is worried about. And he's going to seem like the hero now because he stood up to tyranny, even though the same system that fucking got Trump in office is the same one that got him out. The loss you got over a crowd from 2016 looks like they're going to burn the U.S. to the ground because they lost. Yeah, that's what's amazing to me. A lot of these people are like, yeah, Trump won. And I'm like, I'm over it. I don't agree with the people crying. Like, it is what it is. We had two terrible candidates, and they went for the one that was the wild card where Hillary Clinton's pro-corporatist history is proven. And the Democratic primary was literally proven to be rigged against Bernie. They rigged it so he didn't get the nomination. She got the nomination. No, Lindsey Graham turned on Trump, and yes, Ted Cruz did. Like, Ted Cruz turned on Trump? Trump had been locked out of Facebook and YouTube. I'm so mixed on how I feel about that, man, because, like I just said a few minutes ago, it's like, once you go down the slope of banning people, all it does is fortify their base. And then when does it stop? I always look back on, for keeping it real in the world full of masks. Thank you very much, Roland. I appreciate that. Like, I always remember what happened to Ashley Banfield in MSNBC, where she spoke up about being against the Iraq war. Actually happened to Donahue too, I believe. And okay, they kept, because they had a contract with her. I'm sure it was a lucrative contract. They're like, yeah, you're still hired, but we're gonna like put you in a back office somewhere, and we're not putting you on camera anymore, because they're like, shh, we don't want anyone dissenting against the government. Anyone who said anything bad against the Iraq war, man, they were like, throw them away. There was 6 years pro-Trump and 6 yays in the Senate. Yeah, I know. We just watched it. We just watched it. I would have voted for Bernie too, but here's the thing, like I always say. I don't look like, and I'll end the stream with this. I don't look at my elected officials as deities. I look at them as public servants that are held accountable by us. So if Bernie pulled any of this shit, which it's safe to say he wouldn't, but if Bernie pulled any of the shit that Trump pulled with coronavirus, with riling these kind of people up, I would say the same damn thing about him. Because he's my elected official. He's my public servant. He's not an overlord that I'm supposed to serve. That's how you treat your elected officials. You don't treat them like deities that you want to have a statue in front of their house. And you don't do their bidding like these idiots did for Trump today. That's not democracy. That you don't believe in democracy if you do that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hell of a day. I'm going to go relax a little bit. Thank you so much for coming through. Regular chat, super chat. There's been a ton of you today, a ton of support. And I will see you tomorrow with tech videos. Unless the entire world implodes, then there won't be any. Anyway, I'll read these last 2 super chats here. After seeing this crap that I can't believe it would happen in the U.S., McLean literally was pure inside. I hope Trump faces consequences for his actions. Sadly, he probably won't. I hope he does, but he probably won't. Take care, Rich. Hoping the best for America this 2021. Me too. Me too in many ways. Just in the gym, listening to your stream, and usually tunes is my go-to. This is very important. Thanks for streaming, fans, since 2012. Thank you, Luke. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Thank you for sticking by me. And we will get back tomorrow to talking about tech stuff. Have a good one.